first things first, let's introduce a guest. So we have Julie and Michael, and y'all have been ATXjulsey.
Yeah.
For how long has the page been running?
A little over a year.
Okay, wow. So you made some pretty awesome progress. Y'all at almost, 40,000 followers-ish?
Yeah, 125 on TikTok now.
Oh, wow. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. So I guess I only follow y'all on Instagram. Dang. Do y'all find that TikTok is easier to scale?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So much easier to go viral on TikTok. Yeah. That was actually where we started, was on TikTok. We had like a video. We went to, what was it? The Burger Festival last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I just decided to have Michael do a voiceover for it. It's when I had just started like posting random food videos just for fun. And he did a voiceover for it, and it got over 1 million views randomly. And I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wonder, how does it all start? You know, the food thing. We've obviously had other influencers on here, and everybody's journey, if you will, is a little different. Like, what made you guys decide to start recording food?
Honestly, I just really like food, and I work in social media. I've worked in social media for over 10 years, so I've been doing it for other brands and just felt like doing it. I think we had a rough patch earlier last year, and it was a creative outlet for me. So just started doing it. And it's also how our relationship kind of started too. We met for the first time, and we had Tommy Want Wingy, and we went on a
Nice.
date to Suerte a day later, and our whole relationship just kind of spanned around restaurants and going out to eat and food. And it just felt very natural to do it with him.
So was the stuff that you were doing for the marketing for other social media companies, was it like other influencers, or was it for businesses?
Oh, for businesses,
Okay.
yeah.
Right on. Can I get you to bring that mic just a little closer?
Yes.
And
Good.
and just to clarify, the rough patch wasn't with us. It was both of us lost. I lost my mom last year, and she lost her dog of 13 years. And it happened all at the same time. So those are two really big moments for us, and it was just a tough time.
Yeah.
It was a really tough time, and
The stress eating.
yeah,
Well, here we are.
Well,
yeah.
glad you clarified the rough patch, because I
Yeah.
thought it was like a work rough patch.
I thought it was a
felt like-
relationship.
Oh,
thing.
it was
Oh,
also
really?
work too.
Yeah.
And I thought
work
food
slowed
brought you all
down,
back
and,
together.
We got
Yeah.
busy, or excuse me, we needed to, be busier. But
It was also work too. I was in a job that was super toxic as well. I'm not in that job anymore. And I was super burnt out. And it was just, and I was doing social media obviously for them. And it was just a way to feel better about my situation, I guess. So it was a lot of different things.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So the food thing started. You were just kind of doing it as an outlet. You were doing it for other businesses. And did you kind of gamify it? I feel like people are like, how many views did this one get? Or did you guys just kind of do it?
I obsess over the analytics.
Okay.
Very much so. That was my first video, the one that we did in, I think it was April, right, for the Burger Fest, and it did over 1 million. And then I think it was a week later was Hot Luck. Was that right?
Pretty shortly after.
It was
Like,
pretty
maybe the
shortly
next month.
after, and that was the next voiceover that I did, and it also did really well. And at that point, we're like, okay, there's a little bit of a formula here that we just wanted to try and replicate. People seemed to like me talking about, at the time, my girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, they all started with "Watch my girlfriend."
Yeah.
eat this.
So then it just kind of
And now
turned
you've
into that.
integrated yourself into the videos.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just grown. It's been fun. But we definitely obsess over the analytics and okay, why did this video not perform as well as another one?
You more than me.
Yeah, but
I'm just some of them are not going to do well. Some of them are going to do great. And that is just what it is.
Does there seem to be a general theme, or can you unpack what you've identified?
It's nothing monumental. There's plenty of stuff on YouTube that you can look up, and I've just tried to apply it. And I think that for TikTok specifically, we just focus on the first 5 seconds. If you get someone in for 5 seconds and they're interested, so there's a lot of information about what you say, what you show, even the title card that you have on the screen, it all matches up. And as long as it's interesting enough, then you've got them for the next 5 seconds, and then you just have to continue putting out good content, each 5 second layers, and and eventually you just have something that works. But the first 5 seconds is the hardest part to figure out, because most people will
has the burger
scroll.
thing been the best clip thus far, or what's
So-
our best one?
So we started a series, I think this was like winter of last year, where we broke down how much money we spent and how much money we made off of each TikTok video we did. And then at the end, it shows like overall how much money we spent for the month on videos and how much money we made off of TikTok, aka how much money did we end up losing overall. And those videos are our top performers. Like people on TikTok, every single video, people are like commenting to see how much the monthly roundup is this month.
Yeah.
Those videos do like millions every month.
And so, you know, as far as like, if I'm hearing you correctly, it started off as more as like, you know, you're doing it for other people. You're like, let's just do this and have fun with it. How much do you love doing the influencing stuff right now? Is it like something that you're like, wow, why didn't we do this sooner? Or is it like, oh, it's fun?
For me, it is. Yeah.
Definitely.
So Michael digs it.
Oh, yeah, it's so fun. It's also great for a relationship, too, to have something to do together all the time. I think we both really enjoy doing it together.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
always, you've been eating food and cracking jokes for this long. You
Yeah.
should have just been filming it.
Should have
earlier.
just been
Exactly.
filming it. Yeah. Yeah.
Should have filmed our first date.
That would be content.
Yeah.
For sure.
What if y'all made the page after the first date? You could never split up. You'd be like White Stripes.
So are there any, you know, you're talking about the analytics and everything along those lines, and like I'm sure there are certain things that you keep an eye out on as far as, you know, maybe goal setting. Is there anything that you're trying to accomplish right now other than just, you know, continuing to produce more content, better content? I mean, are there any goals that you guys have set right now?
Be able to actually make money off of it.
Okay. So you really monetize it.
Because we spend so much money on food, like thousands of dollars a month on food. And we're obviously like, whatever money we make off of TikTok right now is not compensating for how much money we're actually spending. So I think the end goal is to actually make money.
I got you.
Yeah. Right now, I think it's in a good place right now. Like, we've had 1 or 2 months where what TikTok paid us actually profited, but it wasn't like anything monumental. But with how much we're spending, it's almost like negating most of it. So we were already going out to eat a ton just together. And I would probably say that the amount we spend now, if you know, subtract how much we make from TikTok, it's not much different than what it was before.
Yeah.
So like for me, I think for both of us, we're not necessarily concerned about like the bottom line at the moment and like making sure we're profitable. We're just trying to like build a following and just learn how to make really good content while we can do it this way.
I got
You know.
So is the money coming from the, you know, like the vendors, or is it coming from TikTok, or is it a little bit of
TikTok.
everything? So TikTok itself?
TikTok, and we've had some brand partnerships the past couple months, which is great and exciting. But yeah, most of it comes from TikTok.
And go ahead.
Oh, well, mine's on a whole nother track. So if you had
Oh.
something on the monetization first.
Well, I guess for most people, what you're telling me is that the content that does the best is that there's a ton of people that are just really interested in how you're doing it and how to monetize it, right? So the goal is to make it profitable. You're getting there. You're, you know, making videos where it sounds like you're getting close and ideally breaking even at this point. But how do we make more? And I just know from speaking with other influencers that the majority of it does, from what I understand, come from meeting with other vendors and, you know, partnering with them, and wondered if like any of the goals is to eventually dial down even further and, you know, focus more on certain types of food or just certain types of vendors or land a big sponsorship, because, you know, there's lots of ways to do it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's the goal for every influencer is to like get more brand partnerships because that's where they're going to make the most of their money anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would definitely be a goal.
Yeah. And like I come from a family of small businesses, and Julie ran her own small business for most of her 20s. So like we're not necessarily interested in like getting paid by the Austin food trucks to make a video for them.
Right.
We try not to take even like free meals from them. Sometimes they're like, no, we're not charging you. We like cannot pay them. But we always try to pay for our meals from those places. Just once you build a big enough following, like those brand sponsorships can eventually get big enough to the point where it doesn't matter how much we're spending on local food.
Yeah.
It'll greatly outweigh how much we spend, but we're not there yet. But if we just continue on as is, then I think it'll be there eventually. Yeah.
So on that track, I really love that y'all aren't just going after the brand new restaurants. Y'all are going after some of the ones that have been around for a while, and a lot that feel like hidden gems. Like usually before I go try a restaurant, say friends like, hey, let's go hang out. I'll usually look at y'all's page and like 2 other influencers be like, what's new that I should try? But I went to Green Mesquite Barbecue after y'all had posted about it, and I had driven by 1 billion times. I'd never walked in. I had even been to Barton Springs Saloon plenty of times, right next door. And it seems like when y'all posted it was a struggling business, and I
Very
know
much
like
so.
their employees chipped in to keep it open. Felt like they had a lot of people when I was there. Do y'all have any like huge success stories of like helping a business come back to life?
Well, funny you should say that because actually at Burger Fest, somebody came up to us and was like, because of your Green Mesquite video, we've been there like 5 different times to try the wings. So that's great.
Yeah, I had the wings.
And the owner's so nice now, the new co-owner. He's awesome. Roll and Smoke Barbecue, the video we did for them back in December, they said they had their busiest day ever after we posted.
Yeah, that was funny because we made the video. We love that place.
Yeah.
And as we were driving by, La Barbecue was like, it's right over there. It's like a couple blocks away, I think. And they had a line around the corner. And we just like filmed it really quick. And in our video, it was like, don't go to La Barbecue or you have to wait 2 hours. Just saying, go to La Barbecue, great food.
Sure.
But like the purpose was, for Roll and Smoke in this video, like don't go here instead. And and then the next day after we posted it, they ended up having a 2-hour wait as well for their food anyway. So it's almost like false advertising of like how much business it drove in the near future.
I think I went there about a month after that video. It was on a Saturday afternoon, but I had ordered just one barbecue sandwich, and I waited like 50 minutes for it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sorry.
I was like, this is not a struggling business by any means. They're
Yeah.
making people wait this long.
No,
Yeah.
they're great. They're doing good.
Yeah, they're our favorite. And then another one, unfortunately, they just closed down. But I saw on TikTok this girl, she's also another food creator. She opened up a food truck in East Austin, like by Nickel City. It was called Mama Melon. And she posted a TikTok video that said she had made like $7 all day long. So I was like, Michael, we have to go to this place. I have such a good feeling about this place. So we went, and she makes birria hot dogs.
Okay.
And we had a birria hot dog, and I posted about like, hey, this girl posted that she only made $7 in one day. Her birria hot dogs are great. We should go. And then she like sold out the next day. And it sounded like her business was doing really well for a while, but unfortunately they ended up closing down. But that's the type of stuff that I really like to do. It feels like it really makes a difference.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what does that say if it closed down after? Did she not get the repeat business after that?
Yeah. I mean, I do feel like there's like a bubble that happens after someone posts about a business for like maybe a week or 2, and then I'm sure it kind of like dwindles down after that. But whatever helps.
Because I imagine, like, I usually see one influencer will post a video, and then I'll see 3 more that posted about the same exact place.
We were doing that. Like your first question was like, you don't go to all the same places everyone else does. I remember when we first started doing it, like there wasn't a food festival every weekend, so we'd go to all the local spots, and I just remember like a place would open up and we'd already see a couple people make videos and we're like, shoot, we're late. Like we got to go today.
Yeah.
And eventually we just realized like, why are we making the same content as everybody else? Like how do we just differentiate our content? So we stopped going to those places. Not that they're not good. Some of those places are great, and we go to them like off camera, but just tried to differentiate ourselves a little bit from what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, the first time I went to swim club, it was it was like the week they opened, and I went. It was like an 11 a.m. lunchtime, and like from my table, I was watching Rachel Lately film food, and I was watching I want to say like Austin 360, something like that. Film food, and I was like, wow, is this just influencer fest
Never been there.
in this restaurant?
Yeah, swim club.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like it's very Instagram, but their food's actually good. Like their burgers, I would say, and this might be an allegation here, but I would say they compete with Not a Damn Chance. Like
Wow.
Really?
Also, while we're on this topic,
Okay.
Smash burger versus regular burger.
I can
What are your
appreciate
thoughts?
both. Like it's a burger. I like them both. I think our top burger in Austin is a non-smash burger, but I have a lot of top burgers that are smash burgers. So
Tell us the top burger.
Yeah, in the spirit of the summer. What are your top burgers?
go ahead. You can say
I
it.
think it's Die Douai.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Right on.
Have you had it?
Yeah. Oh, I haven't had their burger, but I've been there a couple
So
different times.
good.
You go there and you're like, I probably shouldn't order a burger, but you should order the burger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah, I've
is.
definitely been there.
But I mean, we love smash burgers. I get that it's like a trend that it's almost like Austin doesn't need another smash burger, but more the merrier. Bring them on.
Yeah.
If it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
So I want thick, juicy burgers. I don't know.
Yeah, love that too.
Well, then you should try to do
burger.
it.
They
Really
need
find a
to.
burger
They need
I
to
don't
pile
like.
3 of them on top of each other.
That is funny. I mean, the perfect comparison at the Burger Fest we were just at this weekend, Moreno Barbecue who also has an
Yeah,
amazing
they're
burger.
right here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They had 2 burgers. They had like the thickest burger I've ever seen, and then they also had a smash burger, and both were amazing. I thought the smash burger was way better in this case.
They do burger happy hours on, is it Wednesday or Thursday?
This
And
is
it's
news
right
to me,
here.
but I'm
It's literally
interested.
like damn near walkable from this office. And they do like burger happy hour between 3 and 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much that costs that?
I don't know the price. I'd be a liar if I told you, but I've had their burgers. They're fantastic.
A
and they're
burger
barbecue
happy
joint.
hour, huh?
Yeah.
I need to go check this out.
They're turning that location into just burgers, and then they're opening up a new location in South Park Meadows. It's going to have their barbecue.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Didn't even know
It's a
that.
win for South Park Meadows that live right
Honestly,
across
yeah.
the interstate from
They
it.
need better food
We
in
should
South
be
Park
eating at
Meadows.
Moreno's more. I don't know why I don't suggest that y'all go, because, you know, we'll go to lunch and stuff like that, and then we're always
We
getting,
go to
like,
Bluefin Sushi once
I was
a
going
week.
to say, I feel like we get sushi all the time, but
Nice.
Leroy and Lewis is right there. Have
Yeah.
y'all been there?
Mhm.
And, like,
Oh, yeah.
just to walk in, they have that chopped cheese. Have you had that?
No.
Have
you
not
should.
had that. Our first date was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Is it Leroy and Lewis or Leroy and Lewis?
Oh, I don't know.
Because there's one
Yeah,
E,
the kid
and I think the
Leroy.
R.
No, I'm checking.
I think the R is capitalized and it's one E. So I'm like, it's Leroy, right? But I've
Shit,
always
I
said
don't even know.
Leroy.
Yeah, same.
So I don't know.
I have no idea.
I went there once and it was a 2-hour wait.
Really?
Well,
Like
that's
recently?
the thing. They have like the one bar area where you can order off the menu if it's not
Yeah, yeah.
barbecue, and then they got like their chopped cheeses. I've had that; it's so damn good, and that's like not a thing I see down in Austin very often because
Yeah.
I'm from Cleveland, so that's like an East Coast thing, and you should try it. It's fantastic.
I love a chopped cheese. Their burger is also really great. Actually, we haven't had it in a long time, so I think we're biased to other ones right now. But I think Leroy and Lewis's burger has got to
Yeah.
be like top
Or
3.
Leroy and Lewis.
Or Leroy.
Whichever it is. But I do remember we spent like $150 on barbecue, and we left saying the burger was the best thing we
Oh
had.
my god, so good. Love
Yeah,
it.
it's sneaky good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
That's good to know.
Outside of food, I wanted to chat just a little bit still about stuff as far as like, when you're doing the videos and your marketing stuff, is there any possibility that like one day you would like, you know, say something like a good neighbor, State Farm is there type of thing, or are you guys sticking with local food?
So we're not sticking with local food. We started a chain restaurant
Okay.
series that's actually been pretty popular. We were just
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about it on the
Yeah,
way
you
over
finally
here.
went to, what was it, Texas Roadhouse or Cheesecake Factory?
Red Lobster, Cheesecake
Red
Factory.
Lobster.
Hasn't been to
Okay.
Olive Garden yet, so we got to fix
Yeah.
Been to
that.
the OG?
I've never been.
Bro, I'm old enough to where like that was a delicacy when I
Same.
was a kid.
Same.
Yeah, I mean
100%.
it was when I was a kid too. But my mom's 100% Italian,
yeah,
and
okay.
she was just this amazing cook. And my
She wasn't
dad,
having that noise.
she wasn't. She really
Yeah,
wasn't.
I
And my
get it.
and my dad was in the same boat. He was the guy who's like, oh, we make better food at home. Why would we spend money? Blah blah blah. So we just didn't go out to eat that much.
It's like the Mexican parents being like, we had Taco Bell at home.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So
Meanwhile, I was eating McDonald's like
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
And Chick-fil-A and all of it.
yeah, but it's fast food chain restaurants. Like I've definitely been to like Jack in the Box and McDonald's and all those places, like especially in college. But never go to like the big chain
The chain
restaurants
bars.
that it's like, oh, this restaurant's so good. I'm like, the place is not good. There's no way. Like, I don't.
So what if like Olive Garden saw your video, right? And they're like, we want you guys to be like the spokespeople for Olive Garden, but you
Yeah.
have to only work for Olive Garden. Is that-
Only work for
Well,
Olive
yeah.
Garden?
They
Like-
better be
like-
paying us a shit ton of money.
Let's say they are. Are you all in?
That
Like,
depends
is that
on how
an
much.
option of where this goes?
Well, there's no way that Olive Garden would ever say that.
Well, tell that to Flo from Progressive.
That
right?
type
Like,
of
you never
exclusivity
know,
clause
man.
would never work.
You know, because like once that face of the company hits, like, you know, you can't get rid of Mayhem. right? I mean, how long's Mayhem been
I
around?
have no idea who you're talking about.
He's the mascot for Allstate. You know,
Oh.
That guy's so funny.
right? Like,
Love that guy.
is it possible that one day y'all could be
The guy-
that, or if that were
the
to
guy
happen,
go
you're like,
caveman?
I'm not selling out. I'm only doing restaurants in Austin. This is what we're doing.
Well, I definitely think that if we want to grow substantially, then we need to expand beyond Austin, which we have started to do with our chain restaurant videos. So I definitely think working with like an Olive Garden or a national brand, definitely okay, and something that I would love to do because I love those places, honestly. I don't think that we would partner with like one exclusively, but absolutely open to big restaurant chains and things like that because I love them.
I mean,
love
most of those are still locally owned and
Yeah.
operated. I mean,
Oh yeah,
I
they're
mean, they're
franchised.
franchises, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Someone put their hard-earned money to start a business,
Yeah,
I guess.
someone
right?
probably forked up $1 million to put that restaurant there. So.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
they have, people like working minimum wage that need tips and stuff and all that. So you could support anybody, Yeah.
Do you have any friends that are like business owners that you kind of almost like coach and say like, you could like promote your own business this way, right?
Not really.
I mean, I would. We haven't done that, no. In our minds,
I'm not
sure.
saying you guys promote it. That's what I mean though, because like I sit in here on this podcast. I mean, ultimately we sit down with like people who are being entrepreneurial. I mean, at the end of the day, y'all are doing something that a lot of people consider to be fun and exciting, but the goal is to monetize it. So you are basically running a business, and your business is promoting other businesses and trying to get paid for it. Where a lot of people I've sitting here are like roofers, real estate agents. We just any kind of small business that you can think of. And it surprises me a little bit when I have conversations with these businesses because they can tell you all about their business, but then when it comes to the like promotion thing, they struggle. And here, your business is all about promoting, and you guys are, you're doing it. Like you're doing well at it. So I wonder, do you ever look at other businesses and think like, how do you guys not get this? Like this isn't, it's not.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So
I think,
offering consulting work at some point.
I mean, I do it full time, so I like literally cannot think of doing it
Right.
outside of my full-time job and doing this.
What types of businesses in general do you work with when you're at your other job?
So my full-time job is in women's health in health tech.
Got it.
Yeah, and I work in social media
Right.
on the marketing team there.
Okay.
Yeah, so just one singular business.
I see. And
But I used to work in fintech for 6 years, and then I ran a marketing agency for 6 or 7 years before that.
so then you totally understand what I'm saying, where it's exhausting going to businesses and saying, look, this is what y'all should do. And then they're kind of like, oh, we don't know.
Yeah.
And then you go and do it for other businesses. It's successful. And now all you want to do is get paid for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
And Michael, you said you're in the space as well?
I'm in sales.
Sales.
Yeah, I'm in tech.
I
Yeah.
can see that. I can
Yeah.
see
Yes, definitely.
I'm one of the guys
Looks like a
from
tech bro.
San Jose, California that's coming to Texas to ruin it.
that. No, man. You just,
You are the people I sell houses to. So
There you go.
That's a good point. Good point.
that's houses plural. Okay. Different track. Do people recognize y'all in public yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
Like anytime you're eating? That's awesome.
Yeah, like I was in
Is it
Sephora.
awesome? What's that like?
It's really cool. It's really weird and cool. It's because I was in Sephora a couple of days ago, and like an older man with his kids was just like, ATXjulsey, and I'm like, oh my god, okay. Well, it's weirder when I'm not with Michael and we're not at like a food event or something.
Targeted.
Yeah, it just feels like a little
You're at
more
Sephora,
weird when I'm like
See, at a
in
food event, it
Sephora.
makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, anytime we're walking around in public, it happens a lot now. It's
Yeah.
happened a lot recently. Yeah.
But yeah, Sephora would be weird because at a food event or a restaurant, y'all are in your natural habitat,
Yes.
for the videos.
Well, we had somebody actually in our neighborhood gym come up to us a couple days ago.
Okay.
Like just in our neighborhood gym. And like when it's like that close to home, it's like, oh, our neighbors know us. Like
Yeah.
our neighbors across the street
But
recognized
they're
us.
probably going back to work and they're like, would you believe who my neighbor is?
Yeah.
True. But everyone is super nice.
Yeah.
Like
Very.
every time.
That's
like
cool.
incredibly nice.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're awkward, but
Well, I don't think you're beefing with anybody online yet.
Definitely not.
no, I hope not. Not that we know.
Are y'all like taking selfies and signing autographs yet?
Oh, we've taken a couple pictures.
We've taken a couple of pictures with people.
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, just a couple, not too much yet. Definitely no autographs.
No.
Not worth
What do
anything.
people do with an autograph?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm just showing my age, I guess.
So, I figure off camera, y'all must have pretty strict diets. Or actually, start here. How often are y'all eating on camera? How often are we filming?
It's a good question. A few times a week, I'd say right now.
Yeah, like
right?
3 times a week, I would say.
Probably like 3 times, and the rest of the week we're. I don't want to say strict. There was a point like before our wedding, especially, we were like on a meal plan. We were like tracking macros and everything, and I think we just kind of like carried the momentum from that. Like we could kind of eyeball our meals now. We're not like weighing out every single protein and like the rice and whatever we have. But we very much focus on eating healthy and trying to like counterbalance it. And Julie doesn't miss a day in the gym. She's incredible. I go like 2 to 3 days probably, just because like my work schedule makes it a little more difficult.
Yeah.
Like I could go after work, but I just want to go home and spend time with Julie. That's my excuse.
Right.
But yeah, I can't remember the last time she missed a day. She's incredible.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work from home, so it's easier for me to go to the gym. I go on like weird off times, so it's
Sure.
not too busy.
Right on.
And then I cook a lot. Like I'm always making our breakfast. Right now I'm on a plant-based dinner kick, especially because I just found a worm in our fish a couple days ago.
I've seen.
I was like,
Yeah.
no way. I'm like off fish right now. But yeah,
Probably
I
a
like.
lot of protein in that worm.
What did
Ugh.
Central Market have to say about that?
They just gave me a refund. They didn't have much to say.
Too bad.
Freak me out. I don't care if it's normal. Like
There were
I don't
people
wanna see-
commenting like, "Oh, worms are normal in
Yeah.
fish." I'm like,
It
I've
is.
never-
Apparently, it very much
You've never
is,
seen a
but
worm in
it
a
still
fish.
grosses us out. I don't think there's anything wrong with taking
Yeah.
a break from fish for a little bit.
Yeah, but I cook dinner like every night at home. So most of our meals are healthy and at home, and I meal prep our lunches whenever he works from home. So for the most part, we eat pretty balanced. I tried to.
Yeah, I was thinking about the ATX drinker right there. He says that sometimes he has a tough time because, he's got to go out and booze.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, we don't have to drink, which is
Right.
great. So, and we don't drink that much, I would say. We drink once in a while. We did a bar crawl last Friday for a video, which was very fun.
Yeah, I got pretty wasted there.
yeah, it happens,
I do a thing where I give Michael all my drinks,
She does.
and I'm completely sober, and he's not.
Yeah. I feel like for me, when I'm drinking, like I'm fine, and then all of a sudden it all hits me at one time, and then it's like, okay, now Michael's drunk. There's never like that intermediate time where I'm like, oh, I should probably slow down.
Yeah.
It just like hits me at one moment.
Yeah.
so what other local food fests do y'all have coming up?
Well, this weekend it's not local, but we're going to Napa this weekend for a meat carnival.
Oh, a meat carnival.
That
Yeah.
sounds amazing.
Creative name.
Just meat, and there's no utensils. You eat it with your hands.
Okay.
That seems like a normal day for you.
Pretty much. I mean, it sounds great. I'm very excited about it. And then in the end of July, we're going to Maine for Maine Lobster Fest.
Right on.
So those are the 2 ones that are coming up that I can
Okay.
think of.
So this
Yeah.
could expand your reach a lot when you're going
hope
to other
so.
markets for this.
Yeah.
I think that's the plan.
The food festivals are like those videos reach an audience that is not specifically like Austin targeted.
Yeah.
Those typically go global.
Yeah.
At least on TikTok they do. I guess I don't look at.
They do pretty well on Instagram.
They do well on Instagram. Nothing does as well on Instagram for us as TikTok right now. But when I look at the analytics on TikTok, like our following globally is growing like far faster than our local based following, which is great. So like anytime we do a food festival, it reaches like a global audience. Anytime we do the fast food chain restaurants, not fast food, but chain restaurants, it's like a ton of people from like from like Europe being like, oh, I want to go to America so I can try Red Lobster stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, well, go watch our other videos. The food in Austin's better.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I feel like a great opportunity would be you figure out which place has the biggest demographic if it's not Austin. Let's say there's a state or a country that has the biggest demographic. Y'all go there and start filming from there. I feel like those would go viral pretty easily.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
why we're starting to expand to like some of the food festivals around the country, just to get more food festival content because it's really what's popping for us right now.
Yeah.
And it does reach the larger audience as a whole. So yeah. And then now we're talking about going to Dublin for what was that festival?
It's a barbecue festival they're having, and they're actually like the Law Barbecue. Allie Pitmaster is going to be there, and
Interstellar?
then another one, Interstellar.
no
The
way.
Pitmaster for Interstellar is going to be there, which is so weird and interesting.
Should get one of them to sponsor that trip for y'all.
Oh God, I wish. But
That'd be great.
I don't know. I want to go to Dublin. So I think right now I'm thinking about it as a way for us to like plan our vacations around food festivals. It's like, where can we go? Places that we actually want to travel to, and they're actually going to have a food festival too.
Yeah.
No, that's smart.
And how much can we make off the trip or get back off the trip?
Right.
We're not
Right.
profitable yet. Like we did that for our honeymoon.
honeymoon.
Our honeymoon, we filmed everything on our honeymoon, and we just like, here's how much we spent on day one of our honeymoon. Like, do you think it was worth it? And made some of it back. We didn't make anywhere near as much as we had hoped, but it was really fun. It was really fun to film. It was really fun to do.
And we were doing it anyway. We were on our honeymoon,
Yeah,
like enjoying
yeah.
eating and stuff.
So
So
it's-
why not just do it?
Yeah, it was super fun.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So who's usually sitting on their phone editing the videos at night?
I'd say like 80% of the time it's her.
Oh, okay.
He started to do it more, which is super helpful. But I usually do it because I work from home. Whenever I have a break from work, I'll edit a video.
Yeah, and like in the morning before work, I'll do the voiceover, or at night. But yes, recently I've been just editing some of the videos in my spare time as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's actually pretty even now. The
Yeah.
work that we do.
More recently, it has been. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you find that you're on social media more or less because of this?
way more.
Way more.
My screen time is horrible, horrific, because I do this for my full-time job too.
Okay.
So social media. So I'm like, it's like 12 hours a week or something obscene.
There's got to be more.
12 hours a week sounds like not enough.
Mine's
probably log
freaking
4 or
12 hours a
5
day.
day.
Dude. I'm always on it.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Yeah, definitely on social media more, and you definitely are too.
I doom scroll. I'm a doom scroller for sure.
Because you're mentioning the TikTok thing, and the reality for me, selfishly, is I'm not on TikTok very much, and I'm just wondering why you're getting a better response out of TikTok versus
Don't know.
other social media. And I'm just curious if it's like, is it because you're on it more, and like, I don't know.
Well, so I'm going to put my social media hat on. TikTok, I think, favors longer videos.
Okay.
And to actually make money off of TikTok videos, your video has to be over a minute long. And I think Instagram Reels and the head of Instagram, Adam something, whatever his name is, came out and like gave like the optimal amount of time your reel should be. And it's quite a bit shorter than a minute, maybe like 30 to 40 seconds or something. And all of our videos are like 2 to 3 minutes long, super long. So I think that TikTok is favoring that longer content, whereas we're just posting that long form content on
Maybe we should be
Instagram.
on TikTok more.
Yeah.
You should.
So I think that's one thing, but there's probably a lot of other factors too.
It's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's stuff like that. You just never know, right? But I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
I think TikTok also sends out the videos to the public a lot more. Well, I feel like Instagram prioritizes your own followers to receive the video versus Instagram prioritizes the outside people to receive your video. I might be wrong.
I think for our TikTok, it's the percentage of like non-followers is super high. And
Yeah.
we end up getting tons of follows.
So I've noticed recently, so follow us if you've seen us before, because I've noticed recently it shows you the amount of followers that have seen your video, and then they also show you the amount of like new viewers.
Yeah, unique.
And so there's like a trend of lots, that's like 90% have already seen our platform before or seen us, but they're not followers.
Okay.
So it's kind of a mixture of both.
Why do they hate
Interestingly
you?
enough. But I also think
Probably
that has
because
to
I
do
chew
with
with my mouth open.
See, I would take that so personally.
yeah, but that's just how the algorithm works. And on TikTok, I don't feel like people follow the same way they follow you on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's more algorithm based. Like you'll get put onto like Fit Talk or like Gym Talk or something, and like
Yeah,
it's just
and
feeding
then
you gym,
stuff
and
on
you
there.
see all those same people, but like you're not necessarily following them, but like the algorithm is making you just mentally follow them. So when I see it's like, okay, 1% followers are seeing your video, but 97% returning viewers. It's just that we're like in their algorithm at the moment. And like the question is, how do we stay in their algorithm? Like, don't focus on the follows, although you do want to focus on it to some degree, but more focused on like how you can be in someone's algorithm.
I'm doing more on TikTok then. Mess around with it, see what happens.
I love TikTok.
Do you
It's
guys
definitely
ever
my favorite.
go to like a restaurant or anything and sometimes wish that you could just eat the food and not have to film it?
No.
No, to be honest. There's been a couple
Oh, we
times.
just really like it.
Phones
I
eat
don't know.
first. Everyone knows.
Yeah, we just have fun doing it. I don't know.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
I mean, why not make a few bucks off
Yeah.
of it?
I mean, for now, we've only been doing it a year.
It's not like, so I feel like a lot of influencers, they do it by themselves or they'll have like a friend film them, but they're not in it. But it's like, we're doing it together. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's a different dynamic when we're going out to eat together. You know, it's a shared decision.
Have you thought about like combining forces on a particular like post with other influencers to where like you know, put I really don't have a good idea for it.
Yeah,
yet,
like
but you know what I
collaborating
mean.
with other influencers. I mean, we've talked about it, but we haven't like pulled the trigger on asking anybody. I don't think.
No. But our neighbors, Gilly and Bree, if you guys know, what is Gilly's?
Gilly Nova and
Breezy and
Austin.
Breezy and Austin, I think they mentioned they want to go to Carve with us at some point. I would
Shout
love
out
to go to
Breezy
Carve with
and
them.
Austin.
Shout out to
Are
Carve.
they food related as well?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, they're super nice.
Carve's
Love
one of
them.
my go-tos. We're there on a semi-regular
Their Gruyere
basis.
popovers.
Oh, so good. Those are amazing.
I'm a sucker
Everything.
for bread and cheese.
Me too.
Yeah. What are the mashed potatoes called?
The Chefy whipped potatoes.
Chefy wet potatoes. Those are
They
next
put
level.
capers and cheese and stuff
They
in
got
it.
a great
So
And
good.
bacon.
wait staff too. I know a couple of the bartenders there, and it's just I like it there.
Yeah. It's a comfort place to me. It's a comforting spot.
Agreed.
So you mentioned this earlier. A lot of your comments on your Instagram mention that Julie likes to eat fairly sloppily. Is this for the video? Is this how you are?
No,
Do
that's
you
just
own
how I
it?
am. I mean, I guess I own it because I don't really care. I don't know.
was like,
I
if
never
this one you
realized
have
I
a
ate
problem
like
with,
that.
That's a pretty easy thing.
I never
Slow
realized I
down.
ate like that, and I will sometimes like dissect the video and be like, oh, well, yeah, you can see the food in my mouth. Maybe I should cut this clip out. But a lot of the times I'm just like, whatever, who cares?
Yeah, I think it probably helps you. More comments means more reach.
Exactly. Yeah.
If anything, I would I'd say make the barbecue more intense.
Yeah.
Make it more sloppy.
Yeah.
We'll take their engagement. Yeah.
Exactly. I was just reading something yesterday or the day before, like if you say something incorrectly, like mispronounce something, you'll get a lot of engagement from it.
Yeah.
And Michael will like not on purpose mispronounce things, and we will get so many comments about his mispronunciations.
Like
It's
Leroy.
just like,
Yeah, like Leroy, exactly.
and it's
How do
just
you say it?
engagement. Like, who cares at the end of the day, you
Yeah.
know? And people love to comment negative stuff. So thanks for the engagement.
That's what I've identified about the podcast is a lot of stuff we talk about is real estate related, and anything that we do that's kind of like negative. That's why Market on the Rocks has always been good because, you know, Market on the Rocks originally started as a podcast with Chase and I where we would drink on the podcast, and usually around like, you know, an hour and a half to 2 hours, we're all buzzed up and we're talking mad shit about the real estate industry.
And I'm naming names.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. I'm ready for the drama. I see a ton of real estate agents, like their TikToks and their
Doing
videos.
food.
Some of them are pretty good. Like some of those videos are funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know the drama.
We know some of the majority of it is just mainly about real estate in general and the shit that we deal with clients. You know,
yeah.
like one of the main ones is just anyone's dad. Like insert.
Oh,
dad in
no.
it. Oh,
Yeah.
it's a real thing. I actually here's a great story. I had this happen just yesterday. First time that I've like completely turned a client down in quite some time, where I get a phone call. Agents will refer buyers to me, and I just get a random phone number. I have to always answer. That's another thing I always try to encourage people to think about. I'll watch people look at their phone like, I don't recognize the number. Like, I don't have the luxury of doing that. So I pick up the phone, and it's a younger kid, and he's like, hey, we're looking at this property. I got your information from, this real estate agent, and, just had a couple quick questions. And before this kid could even finish his sentence, you can hear the phone's ripped out of his hand. And it's like, hi, this is Jeremy's dad. Let me just really quick give you the scenario. And I'm like, oh my God, this
What?
not dealing with this
That's
guy.
immediately my personal hell, right? So he's, immediately like, let me just give you the parameters of his credit and everything along those lines. And I literally just stopped him and I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, are you guys approved with another lender? Like, he's like, yeah, we were approved with another lender. I'm like, well, what's wrong with that lender? What's the problem? And they're like, well, we just think it's a little expensive and we kind of just wanted to figure everything out. And we kind of just had like a 2-second conversation about just the generic kind of broad stroke on where interest rates are. And the industry's regulated. Like, there's no one that's going to give you like a 10%. You're going to find another lender that's going to give you like a 2%, right?
Right.
Like, everything's within like a 0.25%. And I said, yeah, I mean, it sounds kind of industry standard. And he's like, okay, so, do you want to like run a scenario? And I was like, no, I think you guys are good. I was like, I think, you're this far in the process and like, I think you should, stick with it. And he's like, oh, all right, well, would you mind if we like called you and, just asked a few more questions if we decide we want to move forward with you? I was like, no problem. The very next day he calls me in the morning and he's like, so I was going through everything with this other lender and thanks for telling me that, the interest rate that they were providing is kind of like industry standard, but their fees seem really high. And I said, well, how much were they? And he goes, they're like $1,500. And I flat out went, I'm going to be way more expensive than that, which is kind of not true, but I just wanted to see what he was going to say. I'm like, I'm going to be way more expensive than that. And he goes, oh, really? And I said, he goes, well, I'm from California. That's what he goes, I'm from California, and I just don't know how things are done out here in Texas. But, in California, we will call up and, there could be points and there can be this. I go, oh, no, it's the same. We're in the United States. I said, why don't you use this company that you used in California? And he's like, well, I don't know if they're licensed in Texas. And I said, well, I think you should call them because if they've done business with you in the past, then you've got a relationship and you should move forward with them. And he goes, what? Why does it feel like you don't want my business? And I said, I don't. And he's like, why? And I said, truthfully, our initial phone conversation where like you ripped the phone out of your son's hands, I'm like, that's just a huge red flag for me. It just tells me straight up, you really see no value in any of the work that these people are doing for you. And I said, I don't have any time into this, and I just don't think we're a good fit. And he's like, oh, all right. And I said, good luck, man. I haven't done that in years. It felt great.
Wow.
But I know where that was going. Like,
oh yeah,
he's about to ask you to fight for your fee.
Right.
Yeah.
Guy really wanted me to be like, what are you going to do for me? I'm like, I'm not doing anything.
I'm confused about the dad-son thing.
Oh, so the point I'm trying to make is Market on the Rocks is all about stories like that because that happens all the time. You'll get like I call them kids because they're just a lot younger than me, but you'll get a guy in his early 20s, typically has like wealthier parents, right? Either they have some sort of like, maybe they're helping with the down payment and that's why they feel like they're involved.
Got it.
Or B, sometimes they're not even like involved in the down payment, but because they bought like one more house than their son that's never bought a home, they know fucking everything. Yeah. And the
dads show up to the inspection and think that they know how to build a house themselves.
Got it. Okay.
Right. And it sounds so cliche when it comes out of my mouth, but like if you were in this I'd say I experience it. I'm going to say 7 out of 10 clients. I'm experiencing having to talk to somebody's mom or dad. And what's even crazier is sometimes it's like the kids want it. I'm like, can you just talk to my dad? Because the dad's giving them so much shit. Being like, well, did you ask this? Did you ask that? Did you ask this? Did you ask that? Did you do it this way? Did you talk to him this way? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, can you just call my dad and just kind of run everything down? I'm like, no problem.
Is it usually sons or daughters?
Oh, that's a great question. What do you think?
I feel like it could be either. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually 50-50.
Yeah. I don't think it's
I'd say more likely daughters, though.
I don't know. I was going to say I think it might be guys, and the only reason I think that is because I typically find that, like, women they just seem to be more responsible. And
Facts.
No, I mean financially, like, especially with younger women, like, maybe when I'm dealing with an older couple, someone who's, like, in their late 30s and up. But, like, if I'm dealing with somebody under 40, it's usually, like, the woman who's a little more responsible. And right now, I'm actually surprised at the amount of women, single women that are younger that, see more value in home ownership than men.
Isn't there a stat about that?
Yeah, there is. And a lot of it has to do with just like, the college education stuff. And then I believe the part that it actually is is that women do want to invest, but they see more excitement investing into something that is tangible, that they can like live in and decorate and, do things with, where men are more like, I want to buy crypto.
Yeah, you don't get very many women stock bros.
So,
Wow.
Women stock
You're describing
bros.
our life.
both avenues to make money, right? Like there isn't a right or wrong answer.
Are you a stock bro?
I guess I'm an everything bro. I don't
Crypto
know,
bro,
Although I guess I own a house now, but I don't own one until I acquired one through Julie. But yeah, I was always crypto and stocks. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and so again, to like bring it full circle, I typically, now that I think more about it, it's the guys, right? Like it's usually like a guy whose parents like kind of want him to grow up type of thing. Maybe they're involved, maybe they're not. Because like the women who have their shit together, like their dad is not going to be like, did you ask this? It's like, fuck you, dad. It's like the like kind of the vibe I get. So I think it's more guys than girls.
This is what happens every time I go to the doctor, and then my mom calls me after, like, how'd it go? Well, did you ask this? Well, why is that happening? And I'm like, I don't know. Do you want me to give you my urologist phone number? You can talk to
my mom.
I definitely deal with more shitty dads than moms on my end, though. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Like I never get like an earful from someone's mom.
Oh, no.
It's usually a dad, and it's always about down payment funds. That's when like dads like yell at me. I've been yelled at, but I get yelled at by dads on a semi-regular basis, because like when you give money to your kids for a down payment, here's like a PSA. It's totally best practices to give that money to the title company directly, so that like we don't have to like trace so much stuff, because then. If you don't do it that way, not all the time, but there's a possibility that I might need to get some information financially from the parent. And when you ask like a 55-plus-year-old guy that's not buying the home but giving all the money for the down payment, that I need to like trace where that money came from and I need his bank statement, he will literally call me and be like, the fuck you are? I'm like, dude, like no, I'm dead serious. And it,
Interesting.
It's like the most ridiculous conversation where I'm like, look, man, I don't care about your OnlyFans account or whatever it is that you're worried about. Like, I'm not the man. I'm trying to get you, but like, no one consulted me on this money being moved around. Like, this is bullshit. No one needs to know about my finances. I'm like,
I feel like that generation's just scared of identity theft.
Oh, I agree.
I don't know. I think it's just more I'm like watching it happen with my father, where I just feel like, and I'm so afraid, like I'm not at this age of my life, but I legitimately say sometimes as a mantra, I just feel like once you get older, you just get fucking angry about everything, like everything.
Yeah. Every year it gets a little heavier.
and then you add money on top of it, where like now you have a lot of money and you have so much money that you can just like give a down payment amount to your kids. That like increases your like ego, and now you're an ego asshole. And like when someone's like, hey man, you just gave your kid like 40 grand, like we need to track this to make sure that like it's not a loan or like laundered money or, anything along those lines. And they're like, fuck you. And I'm like,
why? It makes sense.
Yeah. It's just total bullshit. It's just total bullshit.
The easiest people to sell to are salespeople.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
And most people aren't salespeople.
Yeah, you're the most sellable person in the world.
If I were the dad, I'd be like, oh, yeah. What's he got to say? I'll just listen to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. I absolutely love when I get a new home buyer and they work in especially tech sales, because they don't know anything about my industry.
Yeah.
And they're usually the fastest to sign things. They're always like very respectful of my time, because I guess they're also used to people wasting their time constantly.
Yeah.
And they thank me for like the smallest things.
Yeah.
I love that.
I think that most people in B2B sales started in B2C, and both have their own miserable parts of it.
Yeah.
But the guys and women that you work with in B2B, just they have that prior understanding of what it was like. and they don't want to be that guy. You know, at least that's how I am.
I agree. I feel like I'm very nice to salespeople.
Yeah, I mean, you're all B2C. I have to do both. I have to deal with the client, and then I have to deal with the real estate agent as well, which is the B2B part. So if I could, I would only do B2B. But, you know, the general public is part of what we do.
What company do you work for, Michael?
Canva
Oh, Canva.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's like a real estate agent's best friend.
Are you?
from Zoom before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Zoom was fun. It
Did
was
your
like,
Zoom stock take off?
yeah, it took off and then it tanked. It was great. But Zoom was crazy because it was like I was hired in February of 2020.
Okay.
So I like got to the office. I went through like 2 or 3 weeks of training, and then I was on the floor for a couple weeks before they sent us home. And I'm like, I don't know how to do my job yet.
Over Zoom,
And then
too?
it was just like 10 meetings a day for like 6 months straight. Like no time in between. It was wild. It was a really wild time.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, I learned a lot in that time.
So now that you heard the kind of taste of the real estate gripe, what is the influencer gripe when you're doing what you guys are doing? Everything you've said has just been blissful and amazing. Is there anything about what you do that you're kind of like, man, this part bugs me?
I mean, the comments like get really
The
annoying.
comments?
Oh, the most annoying comment is when someone says like, "Where is this place? You didn't say where the place was." And I
that's
literally
the
put
very
it in
start
the
of the
video and in the caption, like always. But people don't read, you know? They just want you to answer them directly. So I think that's annoying.
But I don't think we have like, I mean, that's like it's annoying and an
Sure, it's like a
inconvenience, I
one-off,
guess.
it's like
But
whatever.
there's nothing like that we're holding over our heads right now. Like, I wish this would go away. I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love for
There's
Instagram
no,
to start
like,
paying
difficult
us.
Dad. Yeah.
Like we cannot get into Instagram's creator fund, whatever that is. So we don't get paid anything from Instagram at the moment for the content we've made.
Yeah.
And I remember looking like a few times, we've had like over 12 million views in like a month on Instagram, and it's just like nothing. And it's like, that sucks.
Oh, well.
Do y'all get invited to those like influencer media nights before a restaurant opens?
I
Yeah.
hate going to those.
Yeah.
Every influencer I've talked to says they hate going to those.
Yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
interested.
See, I took someone's tickets to the Electric Shuffle one. I had the greatest time. They were passing around
I
every
love
food
Electric
on their
Shuffle.
menu. The whole bar was free.
Wow.
Like,
I
all
would've
the
gone to
games
that.
were free. It was a blast.
Yeah.
Electric Shuffle is legit. It really is. I love that place.
and like the
What
guy
do you
who gave
hate
me
about these events, though? You said you don't like
Well,
going to
we
them.
had one experience where I'm pretty selective. Like we've only gone to a couple. Like if I think it's going to be really fun and interesting, then I'll say yes. But for the most part, I don't want to go.
if y'all want to give away these tickets, look no further. 'Cause I love free shit.
Yeah, a lot of the times I'll ask like, "Hey, can I bring my husband Michael? He's in my content," and they'll say no, and I'm like, "Well, then I can't come."
Yeah.
Because he does it. But there was one where it was like a restaurant tasting, and it was pretty far north, and we live pretty far south. So it was like 30, 40-minute drive. He left work early to be there, and then I met him there. And they were like, you can show up anytime between 4 and 6 p.m. It's rolling, like super casual, just come whenever. We showed up, and everybody was done eating. It was like 2 tables of influencers, and the whole meal was finished. And then I walked up to the PR people that were there, and they were like, oh, well, we can send you a gift card. And I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's just go. Like, we drove 40 minutes to get here. He left work early. So it's just like, these things are kind of silly. I don't know. I would rather go out and create content over something that we're really excited about versus something that everybody else is doing.
Is there anything new that you guys are super excited about, or is it? Can we not talk about that?
Anything new, like new restaurants or what?
Or just new to you, something that you feel like content-wise is something that maybe hasn't been killed yet?
I don't think so, but I mean, we recently went to La Volta and loved it.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Where's that?
Have you
Yeah.
been there?
I haven't even heard of
It's
that.
on West 10th, I think,
Okay.
by Shoal Creek Saloon, I
All
think, like right behind it.
Yeah.
It's like pizza and pasta, and man, the food was bomb. So good. We just went because I wanted to like have a date night, and then we were just like, well, let's film it too because this food's amazing. It was great.
Yeah, the arancinis, it was an
Oh my
amazing
God.
dish.
So good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like one of the best dishes I can remember. in
Ever.
Like ever. I mean, yeah, it was.
It was so
We were
good.
just like sitting there, like, what the hell? This is so
Yeah.
good.
Like pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Do they have like is it the Italian restaurant that has like the outdoor patio that's all it's in the front
Yeah.
of it, and like there's little planters and everything like that? I feel like I was
I
just
think so.
recently there.
This is
Yeah.
the one that's in the little house that used to be San
No,
Toro's.
that's not what I'm thinking.
Is San Toro's even still there?
Samatoro's in a food truck on the east side, I think. Right?
I
think I was just
little
where you're talking
bungalow
about.
house. I was right over there.
It's
I think
it's
so.
a little house. It looks like a little house.
Have you guys been to Cousin Louie's yet?
Out in Dripping Springs?
Is it in No, it's off of 620. I don't think it's that far. Maybe it is. No, it's
I
in
thought it
Belterra. It's in Belterra.
I don't know where Belterra is. But no, we have not been there.
No, it's way further out.
Oh, cool.
Let's describe it over here.
Yeah,
It's on here somewhere.
Yeah, I have not been there.
No, we haven't been.
Italian food is very hit or miss in Austin.
Agreed. And
Yeah.
again,
Yep.
coming from like Cleveland, where that's there's so many good Italian places.
Is there?
Yeah.
I know nothing about Cleveland.
Yeah, it's got
Nothing.
believe it or not, it's got a really good food scene. The sun
Okay.
doesn't shine very much. It's cold, so people eat
Yeah, that makes
and
sense.
drink.
Our whole
Yeah.
office is going to Cleveland in the end of July.
Yep,
gonna-
we're doing a field trip.
Wow.
I'm going up there for work, and they're like, "We want to go." I'm like, "Let me know."
He
I'm
talks
sure the
so
weather's
highly
nice.
of this magical place known as Cleveland.
It is beautiful 3 months out of the year.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna finish it up with a little side trip to Detroit.
Oh, we went to Detroit. Great pizza.
I bet.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
can't wait.
There were some
Yeah.
nice parts.
I mean, I love Via 313, so
We
Yeah.
prefer Detroit style pizza.
oh yeah,
That's
Yeah,
our
it's
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
deeper
pizza.
the dish and squarer the pizza, the better.
Maybe not Chicago though.
No,
Yeah,
Like
Detroit's just
pies?
the right amount. Yeah.
yeah.
What-
I mean,
Too
Detroit's
soupy.
very specific. You know,
Oh, yeah,
it's
for
it's
sure.
it's nothing like deep dish in Chicago, but I don't know. The bread's just so fluffy, and then the crispy like cheese on the edges and everything. I don't know. It's
wait.
amazing. Love
Mm-hmm.
it. What's our favorite Detroit style in
I was
town?
gonna
It's
say,
not Meanwell.
Pine
what's your
House.
favorite
Yeah.
pizza in general? Here.
Oh, the Pine House on Ben White.
Yeah.
That's like the sourdough one.
And
that
Bat
is pretty
City,
badass.
Bat City Pies has a great Detroit pizza too. They're at Buzzmill.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Really good.
That's legendary pizza too.
Yeah.
Um,
I can't think of any other.
what's
great one.
the New York
Pine
style
House.
one that was more north?
Oh, Pedroso's.
Yeah,
Okay.
That place is really
love
good.
Heard of that.
Pedroso's.
Have y'all been to Show Me Pizza on South First? I love that one.
Love that as well.
Yeah.
It's really
really
cool.
good.
He's always there.
We did a video when we first started making videos trying 10 pizzas in one day.
Yeah. Took us like 8 hours, and we just went to 10 pizza places
Yeah.
literally in one day.
It was so fun.
You guys like pack up a bunch of leftovers and like
Oh,
freeze
yeah.
pizza.
We were
and
giving
stuff?
it to homeless on the
Okay.
street and keeping
Yeah.
it.
Should have
too.
made content about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Have y'all seen the videos where the guys will go to the counter of a restaurant and say, "Hey, can y'all make me 1,000
Yes.
pizzas? It's for the homeless." And they're like,
Every day I
"can't
see
charge you."
that.
And
Yeah.
now I've been seeing the same videos, but the guy's like, "Hell yeah!" And then like brings it home. It's like eating pizza in the bathtub, like playing Halo.
Dude, those videos are so funny. I mean, it's.
You
I
should
don't
make
think
a
that's
video
like.
doing that.
I'm pretty sure that it's like there's one or a few people who actually go and do it and like give it to the homeless, but then like other funny people will just like download the video and then it'll cut to them eating the pizza in like their car or just like cursing them out and stuff. So it's really funny creative content. I don't think
Yeah.
it's actually real though because
I hope it's not.
No.
yeah, I would like to assume that it's somebody like making a cut and like making a joke off of the original good faith video.
It's gotta be something that's like that.
Maybe it's both. Who knows?
So in the like evolution of the social media content that we've seen, and you guys have been doing it for what, just about a year, you said?
Yeah.
So what do you think's next as far as like the way people are filming content or whatever? Is this just going to continue, right? Because I think of things like Guy Fieri was kind of like your OG, right? If you think about it, I
Yeah.
mean, who was
Yeah.
before Guy Fieri?
Jesus Christ himself.
Well,
There's that other chef who said Bam.
Anthony
Emerald
Bourdain.
Lagasse.
Anthony Bourdain. That's a great point.
Oh yeah.
So when we think about the evolution of things, like, has anything changed, or is it like that's the way you do it?
What an excellent question. You probably want to ask that to someone who's been in the industry longer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And social media changes every day. Like since I started working in social media, everything's always going to change. So you just have to adapt.
Yeah.
And I think that's the issue. Like we see a lot of like food bloggers that were really popular like before the pandemic. And you look at like their video views and stuff and they're kind of like stagnant, I guess, but they have really high followers. And I feel like it's because a lot of people don't really adapt to the changing trends and what people enjoy watching. And it's like a lot of like B-roll cuts and things like that. So I think you really have to stay on top of what people like and what feels relevant to your audience.
Well, thinking about Bourdain now, I feel like the number one thing that he did that this is just literally coming off the cuff, just thinking about this now, like he kind of got the restaurant owners more involved in like what was going on at the actual restaurant, right?
Yeah.
It was definitely about the food, but it was also about the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of anybody locally that's like doing a lot with the story.
That's
Austin
what the
Eater
real
is doing
estate
that.
agents are doing. They're filming the owners
Yeah.
of the restaurants.
Austin Eater does a great job. He interviews owners and things like that. He does a lot of interview style content, and it's
Right
really
on.
nice. But we try and do that when we can. Like we did it with Green Mesquite. Like we met the owner, and he's super great. I feel like there's a really good story, I'll do a lot of research on it and try to include bits of the story and the owner into the content as I can. But
I like that. Especially when you're saying that, because sometimes I think when I watch influencers doing what y'all are doing, I'm thinking like they're maybe it's because it has to be a shorter, like video, right? But to hear that like the sweet spot's more around that like minute and a half or even like up to 3 minute timeline, you can get a lot in 3 minutes.
yeah,
Right?
Mhm.
And I don't know.
especially on YouTube. Like we're not on YouTube, but YouTube loves really long videos. Like you're gonna hate me for saying this, but one of my favorite YouTube videos of all time is a guy that went to every rainforest cafe in the country and in Canada, and it's like an hour-long video. And I sat there and watched the whole thing.
An hour's a long time.
I just wanted to watch something else, but
Sure.
I mean, it was a good video to be honest.
He hates my
The guy
YouTube
makes good content.
I mean, if someone can make
I do not hate your
a
YouTube
10-plus-minute video that's captivating, like any of like
Yeah.
Mr. Beast videos, like I'm like on the hook. I'm like, wow, what's gonna happen to these people?
I mean, yeah, you can make like the most boring shit very engaging in the way that you edit it, in the way that you film it, in the way that you voice over throughout the video. Like there's this other guy, I don't know what his channel is, but he does this series ranking and rating all of the hotel free breakfasts.
Ooh, I love
And
that.
I love
Oh, yeah.
that stuff. Like that is just such amazing, like A+ content in my opinion.
He puts on like a production. And I don't know how he does it. And it's like you can go to all of those hotels and motels like in your one city, but he's like, I flew to Arizona for this
North
one, and
Dakota.
then I'm in like why are you going to all these different states for the video?
Yeah.
But when
But
you
that's
could have
what
just done it
makes it
locally.
different.
But I guess that's what makes it different. And then he
Yeah.
like in between each one, he has his like studio like this, where he's wearing a suit and he's
Yeah.
like breaking it down. He like gives scores and stuff. It's like it's really interesting.
amazing.
It's like the worst topic. Like
It's not, though.
Like I guess it's not. I mean, yeah, you're right. But it's like who cares about hotel
always-
breakfast
I
food?
only
You know.
stay at hotels that give free breakfast.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I guess. Yeah. So
It's
there you go.
relevant.
Well, I think the main thing that as we're talking through it is that it's just the way that it's the content that people see value in nowadays,
Yeah.
right? Like I've talked to other people when we do this podcast, and you'll have a conversation with somebody, and this is a question. This is going to result in a question that I have for y'all. And people are like, "Hey, why don't you do this?" Right? And you start like so like this podcast, for example. I've had people who are like, "Hey, you need to do like a thumbnail with an intro and an outro, and like." You can like clip this and do all of that. And I'm like, well, that sounds like a TV show,
Right.
right? And then when you like tell me how that's different than a TV show, and they're kind of like, no, I guess that is a TV show. I'm like, I don't want to make a TV show, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's fine. Do you guys ever have that where people are like, hey, if you do it this way or do it that way, and you're kind of like, well, that's not what we're trying to do?
I mean, the only feedback that we get is like, you should close your mouth and you would get more views.
You would get less
They
views.
say that
On
more.
a 2 million viewed
bust
video.
into
Like,
it.
Yeah, the video's got 2 million. It's like
Great.
if she would just shut her mouth, like she would get more money. It's like
Do you
what?
think though that those are just like haters that are trying to like pop jokes, or do you think they're serious?
I think they're serious.
Really?
I think
Yeah.
some of them are serious. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Some
Yeah.
of them are so angry. It's so funny.
Don't watch the video, is my PSA.
Is it mainly guys, or is it?
Oh,
both.
it's a lot of women. Yeah,
Really?
women are big women haters, in my opinion.
Yeah, I could see that. I
Yeah.
could see that.
Yeah.
It doesn't shock me.
It's It's unfortunate.
I think the accounts that get the most, like negative comments, are the ones that blow up the fastest.
Yeah, yeah.
There's this one Instagram account that I follow, and I don't know why I feel like this is like a guilty pleasure of mine. This is honestly weird even talking about it, but it's called Plus Size Park Hoppers. Is these 5 overweight girls who they mention all their videos. We range from size 2X to 5X. And like one of them's like in a wheelchair. She's so fat.
Aww.
And like they're going to Disney World, having fun. But their videos are like, have you ever wanted to ride the Galaxy's Edge ride, but you're not sure if you'd fit? Or like, have you ever wanted to go to this restaurant, but you're not sure if you'd fit? And the comments are
I was going to
insane.
say, that's got to
It's
be
like, it's like, whoa, maybe you should be walking around the park a little more.
I mean, social media is just like such a negative place, you know?
But I know
Definitely.
those comments are helping
Yeah.
their reach so
Yeah,
much.
exactly.
Yeah, that's why they leave the comments on.
Yeah, they
Oh,
don't
yeah.
block anybody. They just let it happen.
Yeah. I'm like, you can block me if you'd like. That's what I'll sometimes respond. Like, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch the video, or you can block us, but they'll stick around. They'll keep watching.
They love
They'll
to
be back
hate.
on the next video.
They love to hate, you know?
Yeah, it's funny.
Well,
Okay.
that's, I mean, again, going back to like traditional television and advertising and everything along those lines, I mean, it was a lot more difficult even 15 years ago to really, you know, be involved and hate on your audience, right? You had to kind of deal with your friends and family, and now you can troll people in front of the whole world.
I love to troll people on Facebook specifically. Those are the meanest people. And it's usually 50
And it's
to
the
60
old
year
people.
olds.
I was going to say, definitely.
They don't give a
yeah.
shit.
They have a Bible verse in their Facebook cover photo. Their name's Karen. And they're just talking shit.
See,
And
older people are just angry.
It is so,
Yeah.
it's so funny.
We have to
They
do our
just
best
need
to
an
not be
outlet.
like that. I hope it is a generational thing.
I think so. I think we're better generation.
Maybe. We're probably going to be like, in my generation, we would never date an AI chat bot. Like, we dated humans.
I hope that's not a thing.
See, I've always wondered if, like, boomers are boomers because they came from that generation, or if we all grow up to be boomers.
Right, I
Because
agree.
I
That's
feel
what
like
I'm
I am
fearful of
ready
the
to
latter.
grow up to be a boomer. I'm ready to just start bitching about
Already
everything.
there.
I'm already halfway there.
Yeah, we've got Market on the Rocks, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine what kind of content we'll have when we're pissed off and old?
Oh, I can't wait. Hopefully I'm retired from this gig.
Hopefully.
Okay, another track of questions. All right, let's say y'all... No, I'll start with this one. All right, let's say y'all had a friend come from out of town. Describe, like, a perfect day in Austin as far as what restaurants or activities you gotta hit if it's their first time here and you want to give them, like, the best local experience.
Tough question.
It is such a tough question because there's 2 routes you can go with it. You could go with like we know all the best local spots kind of thing, and you take them to those places, or you take them to like the Austin like attractions, if you will, the iconic stuff.
Yeah.
And so I teeter back and forth on this concept. I don't have any friends who haven't, well, I guess there's some, but they'll never visit me. All of my friends who would visit me and family have already done it. And I always did the same thing that I did, which was all of like the bat tour. You do all of like the silly stuff that like once you move here, you never do. But those were the things that made me want to move here. And then I get here and I realize that there's so much more beyond that, and it's just like an amazing city. But I mean, I'm down to take them to like see the bats and then go to the Oasis,
Yeah.
the brewery,
I would
not the
Oasis,
restaurant.
though.
I got
the
to.
brewery.
Yeah, the brewery though, and like
Right.
they see like Travis and they're like, what the heck? Austin, I didn't know that this is what Texas is like, and yeah, you do like some of that stuff, and I think that it's important to take people to Terry Black's for their first barbecue experience.
It's always a hit.
It's always a hit, sure. Like some people will cringe hearing me say that, but I think that they give like a really good experience that some of the other smaller places, sure, they make better food, but they don't give the same kind of experience that you get like on your first trip to Austin. And it also sets like the baseline for what good barbecue is. And then you'll get to like experience, some of the other places that are less well known, or I guess some of them are even more well known now that they've gotten like Michelin stars and stuff. But
We gotta have
That's
some
what
here
I'm
for the
talking about.
barbecue
I-
experience.
yeah, I just think it's good to like set the bar. It's like this is like kind of the standard, and there's places that are better, there's places that are worse. Let's go here for a good, fun experience.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
So let's say we were skipping the iconic attractions. What's your go-to breakfast, lunch, dinner spots? Obviously, if you were eating a big meal 3 times, you probably wouldn't do that. But
Do we go anywhere for breakfast? We always eat breakfast at home. I do not like to get out of the house before noon. Michael makes coffee for me every morning. He makes me a latte.
I love that.
And I just really enjoy it. But the only breakfast place that comes to mind right now is Phoebe's Diner. I really like
of
Phoebe's
course.
Diner.
Yeah,
Love that.
that's a good one. Or like go get some breakfast tacos, like at the
Anywhere.
classic spot, like Granny's or something like that. Granny's
Juan and
tacos.
Granny's.
Everybody
That's my
loves Granny's, man. I just found out about Granny's, and it was only because.
Did you get it?
Oh yeah, it's great. But like everybody was talking about it, like it was. I don't know, and I'm usually pretty quick to find out about things, and I was way behind the 8 ball on that one.
Yeah.
good.
Granny's is great. I've only had it a couple times, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess we're not the biggest breakfast people anymore.
No.
Although, like 5 years ago, it said like breakfast tacos are my entire life. So things just change.
Yeah.
skip to lunch.
Lunch, I would say like go to Chalmers and go to Roll and Smoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Expected. that.
Specifically on a Sunday to get their tacos, barbacoa tacos.
All right.
Yeah. And then what about dinner? Dinner, maybe like, I love, like for a fancier restaurant, Suerte was our second date, and I still think it hits. We went there the other day and got the Sodera
Suerte's amazing.
tacos, and they're so good. And it's on E6, so then after you can like go to the bars or whatever younger people do.
One of my favorite clients was their manager for like 2 years at Suerte, and they had a housewarming party at their house and got catering from there.
Yeah.
I left with this huge tray of
Nice.
it was either like the barbacoa or carnitas or something like that, but gosh, it was amazing.
Love it. That's awesome. What other dinner places would you?
I mean, if it were like the perfect day, I would just try and keep people in that area. So I would love to go to
Whistler's.
Suerte, take them to Whistler's after for like their first time, because I get that place is kind of like one of those attractions almost.
Yeah, but it's cool.
But like it's actually cool, and
Yeah.
like it carries well beyond the first time you go. You go hundreds of times, and then you're in the area of just walking around all the fun bars and stuff. What other dinner places are over there though?
On the
like
east side? Oko is great. Filipino spot that is where Osing Den was.
Yeah, I remember that joint.
Yeah, really good. Really, really good.
That is
I
really
think they're
good.
doing well, which is awesome. Don't want
Yeah.
them to go out of business.
the first time like my dad came into town for dinner, we went to Odd Duck.
Yep.
Odd Duck's great.
So I mean, they're classic places, that most people know about. It was funny on the way over here. I'm like, okay, so like, what's our favorite restaurant? What's our favorite? Like, what are these?
Y'all
And like,
practice.
just kind of realize like that's actually like not our specialty. It's
Yeah.
like it's not
Yeah.
like we're not the account necessarily that you go to because like we have like this well built out like Austin
Itinerary.
guide. Like if you go to like Rachel Lately's account, it's like it's an entire encyclopedia. It's incredible work, but like that's not what we've really
Well,
done.
she's also
yeah.
curated over 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just had a lot more time to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amongst other creators
like,
as well.
Yeah, ATX Drinker does like the brackets of bars every year. And it's always the
I
fancy
love
bars
that.
win.
I love that though.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Have you guys made the Lockhart trip yet and done?
We went. Did we go? We didn't went to Lockhart once, right? Why did we go? Oh, we went for the barbecue festival last year in November. It was so dusty, crazy dusty, but good. We haven't gone to like the actual barbecue spots in
Oh my gosh,
Lockhart.
really? That's like where barbecue is.
I
supposed
know.
to be
Yeah.
invented.
Maybe we should go tomorrow.
Yeah.
We were. I was
Lockhart's such
debating
a
going to
cute
Burger
I'll
King.
actually be there for a showing tomorrow.
Oh, nice. We were debating either going to Seguin and going to Burnt Bean Co.
Yep. Been
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, but I'm gonna assume the line's gonna be really, really long.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. If you go during the week, like if you go tomorrow and you go.
Well, they just made #1 on the Texas Monthly list,
Okay.
so I feel like it's just gonna be,
Shit
and
show.
it's a holiday tomorrow.
Julie's like a barbecue whisperer, I swear. Because like on our very first date, she suggested that we go to Leroy and Lewis, which we didn't end up getting just because the line was too long and it was hot. And we're like, let's just get some wings.
Yep.
Which I was like blown away. Like, wow, barbecue now wings? Like, this is really cool.
Like,
On a
what's
first
the
date?
ring size? Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, I just love this barbecue so much. It's like my favorite place to go in Austin right now. And then like a few years later, they open up their brick and mortar and they get ranked like number 2 or whatever in Texas for barbecue. And then what was the other one? And then for Burnt Bean Co., they just got ranked number 1. And like the week before, she's like, I just know it. Burnt Bean Co., every time we get it at like these festivals, it's so good.
So
like,
good.
I think they're gonna win first place this year. And they were high. I think they were like number 8 or 9 or something the previous ranking or whatever. I don't know. She just had a feeling. I'm like, really? And then they got number 1. I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
Well, we have to have you here on one of our brisket weeks. Because, again, as somebody who barbecues every Friday for a year and a half now, you know, you make enough stuff, you start to...
Okay.
Yeah, you get really picky with what you do, so...
That's great.
I would love for you.
I definitely cannot barbecue. I don't touch the propane tanks or anything like that. That's his job.
Oh, he's using the smoker. He's getting the
Hey,
heat.
come on, don't you talk like that.
God damn it, we taste the heat, not the meat
You
here.
saw the wood I'm sourcing and everything. I mean, this is a big operation.
I love it. That's great. Yeah, we'll have to try it out.
Me.
I would love it. We every week I go through at least about 25 pounds of meat in some form or fashion every single week.
That's fun.
Crazy.
We do 100 pounds of meat, and then certain weeks are bigger, and then I'm going through at least, I'm probably going through at least like a quarter cord of wood a month, which again, I mean, anyone who's doing like actual barbecue joints, like they're giggling right now, but like this is coming out of our office for like happy hours.
Wow, you got a legit thing going on.
It's
Here.
something.
I know, my
Yeah, put a sign
rent
out
just
front.
went up.
It's definitely something, but I would love
Wow.
to have you all come through and
Yeah,
let me know
for
what you think
sure.
since you've been to so many
Yeah.
barbecue joints.
You're hyping it up. I
Absolutely.
love it.
We should put
Yeah.
a sign up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
good.
gotten to the point where I've been doing it long enough and I've made enough mistakes that, like, I mean, I'm confident. And I've been all the places you're talking about. I've been to them as well, and you kind of know what's good and what's not.
Nice.
I got an idea. Here's what you have to do. Have you guys been to? And again, this is not to take away from any of the amazing barbecue places that we've talked about, but you've been doing chains and stuff. Have you been to the barbecue restaurant that is inside of the HEB on Slaughter and Congress?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Texas True barbecue.
Yeah,
It's really
Texas
good.
True.
I mean, it's pretty fucking good.
It is.
Oh, we did a video on it, yeah.
Like-
And they even have live music there.
I mean, don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
it's
Like, I
great.
could think of a million places that are way better, but I could also think of like 500,000 that are way worse.
Oh, dude, it's good.
great.
Yeah,
It's
they know what
legit.
they're doing over there.
Well,
for
'cause
sure.
For my birthday was on a Friday, and my wife was like, "You don't need to barbecue. You know, we'll just take care of it." And I was like, "All right." You know, it's kind of like my birthday gift that we were gonna do the barbecue and mingle, but I wasn't gonna barbecue, so I could sleep in and just kind of enjoy. And she got a bunch of stuff from there, and we've been there before, so I didn't think anything of it. I couldn't get over the amount of people that were like, because they're like, "Oh, this isn't yours, someone else," and they were like, "This is pretty good. Where's this from?" And I couldn't get over the amount of people that did not know
Wow.
Yeah.
that there's like a barbecue joint in that HEB.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next, we got the ribs from there, but we got the brisket from Franklin's.
Yes.
Should have had HEB brisket. It would have been better.
I
Franklin's is overrated.
Ooh,
Oh, really?
I have
shots
no problem
fired.
saying that.
I've never had Franklin's. I don't want to wait in the
Skip
line.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I'm sure it's
my
great.
issue is I rank,
Oh boy, here he goes.
I rank most of my barbecue places on their macaroni. And,
Oh,
I do
well, that's
too,
okay.
actually.
and so
Okay.
Franklin's doesn't really have sides. They have coleslaw, beans,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
That's
the
it.
classic. That is classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so like I want to go to my favorite barbecue. Like if I have someone from out of town, is Cooper's, because you can get a peach cobbler, you can get
Mm-hmm.
3 different types of macaroni. They have like fried okra. They have a bunch of other sides, and they have this I don't care. Prime rib.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
better than any brisket.
You can
Yeah,
get that
I
at
love
Croix
prime rib.
in Lockhart. So there's 4 barbecue places in Lockhart, and the German one, Croix, is like you can get smoked prime rib there. I believe it's only on Sundays, but theirs is really, really good. And to your point, like that's it's not a tough one, but it's not as common.
Yeah.
And then you got to go to Schmitty's. That's like the main one.
Have you been to Barb's?
I was just about to say I have not been to Barb's.
Yeah, I'd
because
like
every
to
time
go.
I go to Lockhart, I've got my places, and then it's like,
Yeah.
because Terry Black's is there now. Then you got
Yeah.
OG Blacks, like original Blacks. Then you got
Mhm.
Barb's BQ,
Yep.
Smitty's, and Croix. 5 places right there. This should
Wow,
be your pizza
we should
day,
just
but
do all.
barbecue.
Yeah, let's do a 5. Well, so you kind of can't though.
It's tough.
Yeah,
With
just because of
bars.
like the lines and the hours.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
Or do they do it just? Do
when
they,
I
When I get such a small item from each.
I don't find that the lines are that bad if you're going like if you're when do we go and it's not that bad. I mean, usually if you get there, you know, a little bit before lunch is when I find that it's like easier because if you get there at like 1 or 2, it can be really busy.
And they're sold out of a lot of stuff.
That's true.
too.
That's true.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, like now that I think about it, we go there on Sundays a lot, and it's not that bad. When you would think Sunday would be like a really crazy day, but I think
They all go to
Saturday's, like-
Barb's. That's why.
Yeah, I haven't
It's
been to
so
Barb's.
popular. Yeah. I'm like scared to
Yeah.
try and go and wait in the line.
KXAN just did a big thing on Lockhart, and like they have their own like downloadable, like documentary that they did on Lockhart. And the only
Oh,
reason
cool.
I know that is because I'm a nerd that watches like actual antenna TV still. But I haven't seen it, but it looks pretty badass, and I'm fearful that it is going to kind of fuck things up for Lockhart in a good way, like in the way that you're describing, where
Yeah.
it's going to make it super duper busy. But
Well, I hope it does.
with 5
That's great.
places, I don't know.
Yeah.
And like Smitty's and Croix, like they've got a ton of space. So I know Barb's is really small.
It looks really small.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to go out there soon. Go down.
Yeah.
It's really not far from
I
where
want
we
to
live.
move there. It's such a, it really is like
I
a
don't
cute
wanna
town
move
too.
there.
They have a cute, super cool like city hall.
Yeah, I'm showing a 5-acre property out there tomorrow. It's like 730,000.
That's it.
sounds like you got a buyer, man.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Man, it's always like a debate in my mind because I don't want to live in like a small town. Like I like living in Austin, but I do love having space. Like we have 3 big dogs, so we need
What kind of
some
dogs we
sort
talking
of
about?
space. We have a Great Pyrenees.
Okay.
We have a cattle dog mix and a golden retriever.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're big doggies.
I have a really old Doberman pinscher.
Oh.
My 4th Doberman.
Oh.
Yeah.
How old?
She's 11 and a half.
Oh, she'll live forever.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, 11 and a half for Doberman's getting up there.
Yeah, they're big dogs.
Yeah. Well, now
Mm-hmm.
she's just like a big pig. She lays around. And she's cute though.
Old dogs are the best. They really
She's
are.
starting to bully me, to be quite honest. She's like constantly making me do shit for her.
Dude, they become like grumpy old boomers
They
when
really
they get
do.
old. It's funny. They like get this human personality of like every year you get older, you get grumpier. Like dogs are just like, get out of here. I'm not listening to you anymore.
Pretty much. And then I feel
You're
guilty
gonna
'cause she's,
feed
like,
me.
Old and like
Yeah.
she's all like lumpy. She's got like those like fatty tumors.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff, and,
yeah.
You know, I'm just like waiting for her to die. So I'm like, I don't want to be.
Aw.
Aw.
Not like
And that's
her,
how we
she's not-
feel about the old people.
I think she's got another like 6 months to a year, but like she's not like dying tomorrow or anything. But you know what I mean? I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
be mean to her because then I'm like, oh, like what if you don't wake up tomorrow?
Aw.
Right?
She sounds like a sweet girl.
Yeah,
Do
we
you,
love dogs.
Just a fun thing that I just bought. Totally changing topics here, but I just bought an automatic dog feeder. And I didn't even know that those existed. And the reason that I did it is because my dog's getting so bitchy that like I'll come home and she'll just start like barking and whining and being like, you know, just real shitty to me while like I gotta unpack my gym bag. I want to get in like my relaxed clothes. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I'm opening the door, like everything's going crazy. So I found this automatic dog feeder. And so now what I do is I'll feed her like 15 minutes before I come home.
And she's just so sweet.
Yeah, she's like, you know, but on my way home, I can do it right from my phone because it's
Wow.
with Wi-Fi.
Very
I can
cool.
control how much I feed her.
Nice.
I even have it on a timer because she's been waking up really early like a boomer. And now I just auto feed her at 5 a.m.
Oh my God, really early.
Well, that's when she wants to be fed. You know, it used to be 6:30, but now it's 5. And yeah, I don't have to wake up as early anymore. So not
Very
sure
nice.
if that can help
Nice.
change your life, but it certainly has changed mine.
Definitely not, because
How
we
did you
have
have
one
3 dogs?
overweight dog who's stealing our other dog's food.
Yeah.
That's me
And
as
that's
a dog.
the
yeah.
current struggle we're having
Yeah.
right
So,
now.
so we rescued our Great Pyrenees, and he's a picky eater.
Okay.
I
He's
guess
slow.
that's very common. Yeah, he's picky and he's slow.
Yeah.
I mean, he just grazes, and our golden retriever, like you're
like a
pouring it
chop
into the
on,
bowl, and you're like, where did it go? It never landed, right? It just
That's
down.
how my Doberman is.
Yeah. So yeah, if our Great Pyrenees just like walks away and like we're not paying attention for half a second, then his food's
Devours
gone.
it.
So Jefferson, our golden retriever, is very overweight right now.
He's about 10 pounds.
We're like
overweight.
trying to figure it out our hardest, and we just can't because our Great Pyrenees poof. Poof. He's a big poof.
We almost named him Beef Rib, actually.
We wanted to. It just wasn't sticking.
No, he's way too gentle and like soft and cuddly.
And
for
poofy.
beef.
We just like
Yeah.
kept calling him
You're
poof.
home all day though, so
Yes.
then there's that. So you kind of are like. The
But they
automatic
start
dog food.
complaining. Like I'll be in a meeting at 3:30, and Sully, the cattle dog, will start like yipping at me and like pushing me to go downstairs to feed them at 3:30 in the afternoon. Like it
Yeah.
keeps getting earlier every month. I feel
5 a.m.
Sully, Poof, and Jefferson.
Sully,
Yep.
Poof, and Jefferson.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great.
I thought
My
the
dog's
names
name's
have nothing
Tony.
to do with each other.
No.
Nope. All very independent of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 very different times in our lives and separate times in
Yeah.
our lives, I guess. And then Poof was the combined name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Poof have like a nickname? Because I feel like eventually you kind of always shorten it.
Just Poofy. I guess we
Poofy.
expanded it.
Poofy.
Poofy, boofy, doofy, anything
Yeah.
oofy, smoochy, anything with a ooh in it. Yeah.
Got it.
Smoochy.
Any songs that we're singing to these dogs?
No.
No.
I don't think we sing any songs. It's just like the boofy, doofy. Like,
Okay.
And
You
he's
know.
obsessed with Michael. And also, by the way,
It's
Poof
so
is
funny.
famous on TikTok. He's got like 50,000 followers. And because of Michael. Because I'll take videos of him and Michael together, like Michael without his shirt on. And Michael's got a big following on TikTok that
This is a separate
loves
account.
him. Yeah. Poof the Boof dog. Is
Poof, the Boof dog.
yeah, we didn't realize what boof meant before we made that, but
well, only in the UK, I think.
What does it mean?
it's like
It's
when
not
you
for the podcast.
Oh, we don't. It's our trash
it's
podcast.
it's like when you
on the
when you funnel booze up your butt.
Oh,
Yeah.
Boofing,
okay.
apparently. We didn't know that, but we already made the name.
I don't think
Most people don't know, so we're just like, whatever.
They did that on Jackass.
Yeah,
Steve-O
wait, what
did
do we
that.
call
Yeah.
that here? That's
Butt chugging.
butt chug.
A butt chug, yeah. I guess
Put a
that's
Mick
called
Ultra on your
boofing.
ass.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's a Tuesday.
Yeah.
yeah. For a very long time, we were
That's what we do on
saying
Friday afternoons here.
sounds
With Matt's
great.
beer that he makes.
Yeah, homemade beer.
Your homemade
That
beer.
same tap that made the Topo Chico.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
That's where the flavor comes.
Thank
Cheers.
you for this.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's famous, and it's because of Michael.
Yeah,
he's got
it's-
a big following.
It is pretty funny what like there was just one where I was like getting ready for bed, so I was like shirtless, and then he just came like laid next to me, and I was just like from afar just rubbing his head, and Julie's just like looking, oh my gosh, you guys look so cute, and then Poof just like looks up at her, and he looks really funny, and the comments, 100% of the comments, it just went straight to like straight to like the gay part of the algorithm. It was just all gay men, just all like, can you come rescue me? Like just making comments like that. It was, it was an ego boost. I got to be honest. It was really
Yeah,
fun
I
reading
love
those.
that for
the
you.
algorithm you're in.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
I guarantee they followed after.
Yeah.
They won't just watch it once and keep going.
Yeah, it's just kind of hard to replicate that kind of content in a good way. So we don't focus on that at all.
Yeah.
Do thirst trapping with the dog.
Thirst trap with a dog, I'm not interested. It happened on accident.
Maybe that's
It's all
how, maybe
organic,
that's how
trust
you pay
me.
the bills with it, though.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna focus
You
on
did say
food.
you wanted
This is
to
how we grow the account. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Thirst trap at the Olive
Yeah,
Garden.
but it was fun. It was a fun like week while that was taking off, just reading them all.
So when I first met Michael, he was trying to do his own little social media thing. He was posting pancake flips on his Instagram shirtless.
Okay.
And he was also developing his own little community. It was literally him just like flipping a pancake and
I don't-
just like
I don't
seeing if
even
it
know
was a
why
good
it
flip or
happened.
not.
I had like
Where's that
15
account now?
videos.
It's his like personal Instagram account, but it was like public or whatever back
We'll
then.
find
And he was just every day he would post his pancake flips.
Well, I like just started
the
posting it
feed.
on my story. Like I would just flip it like first person, and like all my friends and like I started getting a lot of views on like my stories of people just like, where's the flip today? And then eventually I just started like filming myself, and I didn't start doing it with my shirt off, and it's like it's in the morning, so sometimes I have my shirt off. It wasn't intended, but yeah. They did okay. I only did it for like
It
a
was
month.
so funny. Mind you, I just met him. And
Yeah.
that's the
And
content
those
I
were
was
like-
seeing on his personal Instagram.
Like my last 15 posts were just me flipping eating pancakes.
Who is this guy?
I don't know. I don't know why
What?
she went on another date with me. I was such a loser.
I thought you were such a tech bro when I first met you. He was like, I'm going to be like an hour late because I'm working out at Equinox right now. And I was like, okay.
It was 30 minutes. We just checked. It's like I'm running a little behind.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Okay, speaking of other accounts, what other influencers do y'all like to follow? Or was there anyone else who has helped inspire your videos, locally or nationally or globally?
So like nationally, I really like Jack's Dining Room.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's probably the biggest now.
I went to a
think
New
he's
York
brilliant.
strip steak place because of him.
Nice. Was it
Yeah.
good?
It was fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, he only goes to like the best of the best.
Hip to that.
Yeah, he's got his own food festival now in New York. It's called Yes Chef Fest because he always wears the Yes Chef hat. He's great. And there's another one named How Kev Eats, I think. He just films stuff in his car. I love him. And then, you know him?
Is that the...
He's got brown hair, like
It's-
flips to the top, I think.
I'm thinking of this, like, kind of autistic guy that, like, sits in his car and eats to-go food.
No, I don't think
You're
it's-
thinking Keith Lee.
No, not Keith Lee. Come on.
in your car.
He said autistic.
Oh, autistic. Oh,
Yeah.
you saw me fumbling with the
No.
headphones. I'm sorry.
What?
I was
He's
fumbling
like-
around with the headphones.
A little
I love
mentally
Keith
off
Lee.
whoever I'm thinking of, and I couldn't even tell you his name, so I couldn't be able to find it. But
I love Keith Lee. Yeah, that's another one. I think the part like that we really want to like connect with businesses and help support them if they're struggling. That I feel like I got a lot of inspiration from Keith Lee.
Yeah.
From. I love Keith Lee. And then locally, who do we like to follow? I like Rel Rougeley. He's amazing. I like the ATX plug aunt. I really like her.
sounds like a drug account.
And her husband is hilarious.
He's
Love
so
that guy.
funny. He's so funny. And Breezy in Austin and her boyfriend Gilly, who are our neighbors. They're amazing. They came over to our house for pizza a
Yeah.
month ago, I think.
I was never too into like the algorithm of Austin local, but I always
Yeah.
followed like Rachel and Austin Eater
Yep.
to get like my recs.
Yeah,
And
Austin Eater too.
yeah, and I don't think I've really ever gotten onto the algorithm of all the other
Yeah.
creators.
I know all their names. I'm like having to remind them, like, that's this person. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Have you thought about incorporating Poofy more?
Well, we've never incorporated him in
What about
ATXjulsey.
Like food-friendly dog places.
We've done a few, I think.
Dog-friendly food place?
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Sorry, dog-friendly food places.
We've
Sorry.
done a few.
There's a lot. There's a lot of those places.
It's too hot
too.
right now to do that, though.
Yeah.
I
And
have to
it- and
say.
it's-
He's too hairy.
Yeah, and we have 3 of them. We feel really guilty if we just bring one, and
The dog guilt is real.
and bringing 3 is a lot.
Oh
so
my god.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
And
just let them
Poof is,
hang out.
like a lot. He just pulls and he's massive and it's just a lot of work to
Yeah.
bring the
Big
dogs
dogs,
anywhere. But I've started doing this thing where we are taking the dogs on trips with us, which is really nice. So we took them to Dallas a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And we tried to find like dog friendly places to go up there with them. So we'll try and do more of that.
yeah, yeah. Dog sitting's expensive.
Oh my God, so expensive.
Especially when it's 3 dogs and it's
they
very
charge you for each dog.
yeah.
It's a lot.
It is a lot, but it's worth having a good watcher.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pony can't be.
Pony?
Yeah. So, yeah. My dog.
Pony
I
and
love
Poof.
that name. Pony
Yeah.
and Poofy.
Yeah, Pony can't be. She's not allowed to go to like other dog places. She's escaped to like what do you call them, like kennels or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, she
Oh,
escapes.
no.
It's crazy.
Oh.
So she does. We only have in-home dog watchers.
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah, that's what we do. It's
pricey.
just better to keep them in their own environment, routines, and stuff
Yep.
like that. Even though
Yeah.
it's more expensive.
Sometimes like kenneling can be good, but like I don't know. Sometimes you come back
I'm
and
not
your
a
dog's
fan.
just super stressed out. And like I'm not familiar with this place.
Thanks, I was just in jail for a week.
Yeah.
When I
Well, sometimes
We
they make
don't
it fun,
cage our dogs.
and
Yeah.
like they make it seem like it's great, and I mean it is great, but like to the dog, it's not. No matter how hard you try, so just keep him at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a great place up in Cleveland that she was awesome at because when I first took her there, they had her with all the other dogs, and she doesn't like care about other dogs and doesn't really want to play. She's really all about people.
Mhm.
And so this place was a 24-hour, you could bring your dog, pick up 24 hours. And they, when you go into some of these places, they've got like the big, almost like octagon, and there's like a dog that's up front.
Yeah.
But she was the dog that was up front.
Oh, because she was bad?
Well, no, she just always wanted to be around people. She didn't want to be like. And so with
So it's
it being
like their
24
standout
hours
dog
in
or something?
Cleveland, the girls that were working there were always like, it's kind of convenient to have like a bad ass looking dog.
Yeah.
And so when I would bring her, she would just stay up there. They had a little bed for her and everything, and she was in like a little octagon that's like the size of this room, and that worked out great. And then when I moved down here, it did not work out. A couple places.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah, it's hard. I used to, when I had my other dog that passed away, and when I was living alone before I met him, there was a place down south that I used to take them to called Jumping Jack, and it's out on a farm. And they would even take them on like nature walks.
Oh, wow.
And take them around to see cows and stuff like that. It was a great place, but
It is. Yeah. I was gonna say it is a great place, but like even sometimes Sully would come back and like she'd have like the anxiety diarrhea or something.
oh yeah.
Even
she
though
has
like
that
Ooh, I
regardless.
get that after a vacation too.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Back to work diarrhea.
Yeah.
yeah she's got a sensitive stomach.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
So, on another note,
Yeah.
both of you all moved here from other food-related, I don't know, cities that are known for some food. I mean, Atlanta and Bay Area both have their own foods.
Yeah.
What other cities have y'all traveled to that you're like, this is always a banger? Everything we have here is great.
Oh, Mexico City
Oh,
was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. We went
Loved
there.
it.
I had no clue how great that was gonna be. I just want to go back. We wanted to move. We're like, this place is
Loved
great.
it.
I've heard great things, and you get direct
Yeah.
flights here.
I was just there in February. Yeah.
Did
Nice.
you love it?
That was
Never been.
fantastic.
Yeah, it was great. And then New York,
Yeah,
Always
New York was good.
great food. In Chicago.
I also love Chicago. That's the other place I would want us to
Capital
move
of the
to, but
Midwest.
I
can't
think, she can't do the cold weather, which, who can do the cold weather there, to be honest? But,
Did it for 35 years.
yeah.
I can't do it. Yeah. But I have like an autoimmune thing
Mm.
called Raynaud's. Have you ever heard of Raynaud's? It's where your fingers and toes go numb. Like I could be in the AC and I'll lose circulation in my fingers. It's crazy. So I literally can't be in the
Yeah,
pool.
she literally can't. No snow trips for us, sadly,
No,
but that's
no
that's
way.
okay.
Bummer.
So,
Yeah, I hate it.
yeah, dream
No
life.
cold plunges.
Absolutely not.
That sentence, yes.
Saunas only.
You mean
Yeah.
this bro doesn't cold plunge?
No.
No, I used to sauna a lot until it almost
Okay.
killed me.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's not
You were
good.
ice bath in the garage type of guy, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess, we got to figure something out.
Yeah. I
But
got very dehydrated.
dream life would be like summer house in Chicago and then Austin
Yeah.
the rest of the year.
I get
Yeah.
that.
Austin for the
Chicago's
winter, I
great.
guess.
It's
yeah.
so pretty. Super pretty. But I think those are the top ones unless you have another one that
Yeah, I disagree. The Bay Area, I don't think the Bay Area has good food. I think San Francisco has good food.
Yeah.
And the Bay Area is kind of like,
Well, I didn't want to
Like
say
the-
you were from San Francisco and lie to these people. San
fair enough.
Jose is no match.
And
Yeah.
I think San Jose is a crock of shit. It is the worst big city.
It's just a suburb. It's a corporate town.
Yeah, it's like they just got lucky with Silicon Valley kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was
Um,
voted the #1 most boring city, like literally
Was it
just
really?
like a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I would have put in as many votes as I could
number,
have.
number 2 was Indianapolis.
Oh wow. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I could not agree
San
more.
Jose
Like
was yeah.
they're like, oh, did you?
He says that all the time.
Yeah, people always ask, oh, do you miss San Jose? Do you miss the Bay Area? I'm like, fuck no, dude, get me out. I hate going back there.
Sounds
I
like
love
the
seeing
most
my
boring
family,
big
but
city.
yeah. But San Francisco has good food. I just never spent too much time up there. So I don't know the city all that well.
Yeah.
So anytime I'm back in San Jose, it's even like you look at you go on DoorDash in Austin and there's like 1,000 options and the like half of them are incredibly local restaurants or like food trucks and stuff.
Yep.
Like if you go on DoorDash in San Jose, you don't see a single small business. It's like all franchises and whatnot. I don't know what it is about that city. Like there's so much money there. It should be really easy
Yeah.
to like retire and start your dream, cooking food and whatnot. But like it just doesn't exist for some reason. I don't know why.
It's weird.
Yeah.
And Atlanta does have really good food. I think I'm just biased because I lived there most of my life, and it's just like you get sick of anything.
I
that
like
you live
Atlanta.
in.
I mean, as
I
far
love
as like
Savannah.
soul food and
Yeah,
their
really good
wings
Southern
and-
food. Really good.
Really good.
Okay, wait. Lemon pepper wings from
Yeah.
Atlanta are the like superior, best wings in the world. Great Southern food. Like we went somewhere. We went to the aquarium, but before that, we went to this breakfast place called Atlanta Breakfast Club and had the best like chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits you'll ever have.
Oh yeah, she was hyping it up, and I'm like,
so good.
okay, yeah, it's gonna be good. It's like actually the real Southern stuff, and I was like, Julie,
You've
this
never had
is,
any of this
this
stuff
is
before,
it.
you know?
But also, they have a lot of really authentic Asian food too.
Yeah,
I
they
think it's
do.
Duluth is a small town near it. or
Duluth is real,
Duluth?
real north and real nothing there.
Up in Wisconsin.
something. No,
Duluth is North Georgia, but
Oh,
it's like the
Georgia.
carpet capital of the world or
maybe
something.
that's not what I'm thinking of. There's a suburb. I want to say it started with a D. Near Atlanta, and it's like the Asian capital of Atlanta.
Yeah, they do have great Asian food there.
And,
And
I had
Savannah
Indonesian
also.
food for the first time there.
Yeah. But Savannah also has really great food as well. I went to school down near Savannah, and we used to drive there all the time. Amazing Southern
SCAD?
food. I went to Georgia Southern in
Okay.
a very, very
Savannah's
small
like
town.
my favorite city in the country. I love it there.
Yeah,
I've been
it
there,
is
like, 4
beautiful.
times.
I love it, but it's so humid.
Yeah.
We used to go in college. We used to go for St. Patrick's Day. I don't know if
I've
you've
been
ever.
there for St. Patrick's
Oh,
Day.
Wow.
insane,
I agree.
literally insane. I don't think I could do it again.
Yeah, I was. Gosh, how old was I? I was probably 30, so I was a little bit
Wow.
too old for that.
Yeah.
And it was pretty wild. I had
Yeah.
a great time. I stayed at the Kehoe house that time.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it's nuts. I don't think I could do it in my 30s at this
We-
point in
we
my
made
life.
it
Is
happen.
it Decatur that I'm thinking? Now I'm like stuck on what was the
I need to know.
Asian food capital of Atlanta.
Yeah. Oh, you mentioned that. I will
ChatGPT
say,
will tell me.
San Jose does have good
They do have
Asian
great
food,
Asian food.
and they do have good Mexican food, like little small hole in the wall places.
I'm gonna send you this post if I can find it, because
Yeah.
I've never been to San Jose, but after seeing that they were #1, I'm like, I never really ever want to go.
It's almost like you got to go to
I just
see what the
remember-
most
I just
boring
remember
place is.
San Jose was #1. Indianapolis was #2. Oklahoma City, I've also
Oh.
never been, was #3. And I can't remember what the last 2 were, but
It's Duluth, Georgia.
Really? All I know about
Known
Duluth
for their
is
Korean people.
they're known for their carpet.
Oh well, Koreans make a good carpet.
I could be.
It's like the carpet capital of the world. That's all I know. Or maybe I'm thinking of Buford. I don't know. No, I'm pretty sure it's Duluth. Carpet capital of the world.
Interesting.
We got lots of fun stuff in Georgia.
You're saying carpet?
Carpet.
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 Like, carpet on the floor.
Yeah. Don't ask me how I know
It's not
this.
really one of those like.
I'm like,
stop
I
off the
must not
side
be
of the
hearing
road
them
for-
correctly.
Yeah.
We're talking about carpets.
Yeah, I've
That's
never been to Duluth
hilarious.
in my life.
Carpet capital of the world.
Never been there.
I went to an onsen in Duluth once, which
A what?
which is a Japanese bathhouse where you're naked and you go in these like little saunas and
Duluth?
pools and things, and then you like sit under this like salt dome.
Oh my
Very
god.
Asian experience.
Maybe it's
was
changed a
nice.
lot since I lived in Georgia because all I'm thinking of is carpet
Really
right now.
gentrified. That was my recovery day from Shaky Knees Festival.
Oh wow. I went to that once
It's a good time.
back in the day. That's
All
awesome.
Rock Festival
Nice.
in Atlanta.
So,
Sick, it's great.
Nice.
you got anything else you want to cover, Chase?
No, I'm done. Okay. Let's see. Just because it'll make a good clip for me as a realtor. If you had to name one area or neighborhood of Austin where you feel like has the best food spots, in what place is that? That's already tough to clip up.
Oh, that's really hard.
but I'll edit that.
That's really tough. I don't know the specific neighborhoods. I just think East Austin has probably the best food, and then maybe like Terrytown has some good spots, I think, as well.
I would
right?
just love to live in Terrytown
Yeah.
Right?
or Clarksville over there,
Oh, yeah.
that area.
Clarksville has the good restaurants.
I mean,
think.
I would say if you want to be a part of Austin's food scene, move over to the east side because you have all of the east side, and then you also have like the airport area that also has a lot of great spots, and like Mueller and whatnot.
Yep.
So you're kind of like in that whole vicinity. So you kind of like, you know, you get a bunch of different areas all from just having your house right there.
Yeah.
I think that would be it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, that's nice of you.
Walkability,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I mean, there's
walkability.
A lot of good restaurants up north. I don't know the neighborhoods, but I just like have such hatred in my heart towards North Austin.
Yeah, I don't like to fight traffic either. What area?
I
do
hate
y'all
the
live in?
domain. Southeast, off like McKinney Falls.
Okay.
Oh, right
gotcha.
on.
I'm
Yeah.
at Slaughter and 35, Onion Creek.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
When
Yeah,
you
we're all
mentioned South
neighbors.
Park Meadows, I was like, hell
Yeah.
yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
So where would since you guys are realtors, like where are your dream areas to live in Austin? Like if price wasn't the issue.
Oh, price was.
Well, I guess that's a completely separate question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
I
you
want
just want to go
price
like the
to be an
super.
issue. I just want to have more money.
Sure.
For me, Travis Heights.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, y'all know where that is. All of their houses are super unique. And
I don't know where Travis Heights is.
So-
That's
for the camera, everybody.
oh
So
okay.
Travis Heights is
East of South Congress.
right next to South Congress, very walkable to downtown and such.
Okay.
Also, then I'd probably go Hyde Park.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
like North Loop area. Really love all the houses over there. Very walkable. There's a couple of cool like restaurants that are kind of like mixed into Hyde
Oh,
Park.
okay. I was gonna say how I wouldn't have expected it to be walkable over in the Hyde Park area.
It's actually surprisingly walkable. There's a home sliced pizza and First
Oh,
Light-
right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We need to get out there more.
What's the other? Maybe Tiny Boxwoods. There's a couple other
Yeah.
restaurants that are like right inside the neighborhood. like,
Feels very
surrounded by
college-y.
houses.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But these are like, $1 million and up houses.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, like, if your price point really didn't matter, like the
Bolden
Tarrytown, West Lake Hills,
It'd be like Bolden Creek,
Bolden
Yeah.
Creek.
Barton Hills.
I think I agree. Like the Zilker or Bolden Creek area would be.
Zilker's too hilly for me. Everything's pain in the ass to park.
Oh, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Be cool though to like.
Yeah.
But then when you leave, you're like scraping your car on the driveway and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My-
Where are houses selling the most right now? Like what parts of Austin are popping and
Everywhere outside of Austin.
everywhere outside?
Kyle, Buda.
the suburbs for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do very few. I mean, if I had to keep it to Austin, and I would say, we still do a lot. I feel like in the South Austin area. I mean, right where we are, Westgate, 78745, 78744. I feel like I'm still seeing a lot of stuff. If I have to keep it in Austin, I mean, it's tough.
I think it's just the bubble you're in of the
It's-
other
it could be.
agents that you're working with.
Yeah.
Since he's our lender, so all of the agents that are referring him business are generally South Austin based.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say most of the business I'm doing right now is like Buda, Kyle, or like South Central Austin.
Interesting.
Yeah.
There's some agents that are only working the north side, and they would have a completely different answer for
Yeah,
you.
but they said
Georgetown?
Austin specific because I
I
can
know, I
definitely
agree.
say Georgetown, Liberty Hill,
Yeah.
and all of that. But
So like, what's
far.
preventing people from buying like in actual Austin?
Tax rates higher, home prices are higher.
inventory.
And people will probably say, hey, I can get a newer house for cheaper if I'm willing to accept an extra, 15 minutes on my drive. But so many people work from home full time anyway, so
Yeah.
they don't mind, having the lifestyle of doing most of their things around Kyle where there's no traffic
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then just driving up to Austin as needed.
Yeah.
That's not that far.
I think
I
it's
like
going to
Kyle.
change soon. I mean, I think once you see a little bit of relaxation in regards to rates and stuff like that, like I'm not predicting this huge, crazy boom, but what I do predict is a little bit more of just, real estate that's been established for a longer period of time. I think we'll see more of that start to turn where those homes are kind of sitting because people either just purchased them and they kind of have to stay in them. And by just purchased them, I mean in like the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Or they've owned them long enough that they're kind of hanging on to them, hoping that they're going to start to see like property values or just interest come up.
Mm-hmm.
Not interest rates, but interest from buyers.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Let's see. I think to wrap up the episode, any new trends y'all are seeing as far as food, restaurants, things that I liked the predictions on the barbecue. Any big predictions as far as local restaurants or something?
That are just going to take off.
Well,
You're the restaurant
Hope.
whisperer.
That way we can save it here, and in a year you come back and say, "I told you."
Yep.
I don't know if this is a prediction or not, but there's something I hope, and I'm going to put out into the universe, is that restaurants stop doing these shared small plates all the time and
Okay.
give actual big portions of food. That would be a prediction that I hope would
like that.
happen.
I blame women for that.
Why?
I really do. I can't tell you how
I
many
blame
times.
chefs for that.
I can't tell you how many times I go out with like couples and stuff like that, and women just get crazy about the opportunity to purchase like 5 appetizers that are these like small shared plates, because I don't think that they're thinking about what you just described, which makes complete sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're thinking about the quantity of options versus the quantity of food.
I want both.
Well, agreed.
I want large shared plates so I can still
Yeah.
eat everyone's everything.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. What about you?
I mean, as far as that topic goes, I think it's probably just more profitable to have a bunch of small plates, less food, and like medium high price point. Like they try and make it sound reasonable.
Right.
So I don't know if we're gonna see it go away. Yeah.
See, but I love that you said that, because I thought the women are driving this problem. To hear you say that, it's like maybe
It's not this one.
right, not you.
I'm not driving it.
No, she's not.
We're happy that maybe we can. Yeah, I'm gonna clip this one because we need to get that. We need to get that out there.
No small plates.
I was
No
at-
small
I
plates.
was
Yeah.
at Laundrette last night. On
What'd you think?
Holly Street. Well, I'll get to that.
Oh, sorry.
So I was
really interested.
I was with 2 of my clients, and we split the Brussels sprouts, the beet salad, the burrata, the fried shrimp, the Wagyu steak, the brick chicken, and a cheesecake. And it sounds like a lot of food, but these were all like tiny portions per
Yeah.
person.
Exactly.
And then at the end, I was like, man, I could go eat a burger right now.
Wow.
But I could. I would say all the food felt expensive. My client, I think, at the end of the meal, his bill was like $150. But it was like, I'd rather a Texas Roadhouse steak that's served with potatoes.
speaking
and
my
no,
language.
And no bullshit and some butter and some bread, rather than a Wagyu steak that's like covered
Yeah.
in parsley and fancy
Yeah.
vegetables with collard greens under it. I don't need that.
Absolutely. Totally agree. You end up spending $200 and then you're hungry and you go
Yeah.
eat something else.
I won't go to the omakase type of places
No?
Like-
Why not?
because
Because of this?
Yeah, because you know they're going to serve you 10 servings of one piece of sushi.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay $300 and I'm going to leave upset.
I went to a Toko. It was pretty badass.
Oh,
Which
I
one?
would love to go to that
Yeah,
one.
we did it once. It was awesome. They like print the menus with your name on it and the whole thing and the
Wow.
line.
Wow.
Oh, we should do that.
I didn't hear which one you said it was.
Toko. It's on South Congress. It's like $400 a head.
Wow.
I think it's the most expensive one in the city.
crazy.
It's
Yeah.
very expensive.
It was a great experience.
The
though.
dude that was at Hot Luck cutting the big fish,
Yeah.
that's the chef from Otoko.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like a punk rock dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a wild guy.
They were like holding the fish and screaming. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
He was having fun.
Yeah, he was cool.
So what's your trend, Michael?
Dude, I don't know, but I have like unpopular opinions. When people say things like, we don't need another smash burger, I'm like, bring it on. Like more smash burgers. I would love more omakase experiences. I just would like them to start making them more affordable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that it's fun and it's different. So,
it's so expensive.
and like it's expensive. I get that. But like sometimes you want to spend your money on something and it's like,
It's fair.
if it's not breaking the bank to spend like $300 on you and your wife, then like I would rather pay $300 for like an omakase experience than $300 for small plates.
I think I know
You know
the
what I
why.
mean? Like the shared small plates. What I mean.
I
Why?
think it goes back to what we just talked about the small plate thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get over how often, like, I'll go to a sushi place and I know we're going to eat sushi and I'll look around the table and I'm like, why don't we just get, like, the sushi boat? And how many people are like, let's not do that because people want to make their choices,
Yeah.
yeah.
right? And so when you do, like, an omakase, like, there is no, like, the menu's the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you attach a high price to that, then people shut the fuck up because they're like, oh, well, I'm going to like a nice restaurant, so this must make sense.
Yeah.
But if you go to an omakase and it's like $55, you're going to get people that are like, I don't want the scallions.
Oh, I mean that's a fair point.
Can we, and then it just is like, you know what? This is
Yeah.
It's
Can't
not
do it.
omakase at that point.
Right.
Because
Chef's
yeah,
choice.
the
It's just
thing.
an endless sushi place, which is much better at
Yeah.
$30.
Yeah, I think the reason I like omakase, like $200 at an omakase versus $200 shareable small plates, is like the shareable small plates. There's no experience.
Yep.
Aside, I mean, obviously you're eating with good people, so there's
No,
an
I hear what you
experience.
mean.
But like when you go to an omakase, like you're watching them cook. They're right in front of you. They're serving it to you. They're telling you everything, and it's not like the waitress or the waiter. It's
Right.
like the guy has it literally on a spatula. He just took it off the pan, and like you get to have conversations with them, and it's like a completely different $200 than
Yeah.
the $200 you spend at
Yep.
a small plates
I
place.
just
So I
find
think
it
I
hard
like
to find
that.
people that are okay with like other people picking out what they're gonna eat.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I
Because
love that.
I'm the dude that's like the exact opposite. I mean, I do curbside at HEB. I don't give a fuck who picks my meat. And I hear people like, there's no way we could do
Really?
curbside. Like, no way. I gotta pick out my own broccoli.
I haven't
Like,
gone into a grocery store since
Amen.
before the pandemic. Like I
amen.
get our groceries.
You and
delivered.
I have a lot in common when it comes to food.
I'm not interested.
Yeah, and so again, to my point where like I feel like what is driving a lot of like what y'all hate is the fact that people want to have, I would call like serious control
Yeah.
over what they eat, and I don't mean like the health side because this clip sounds like I'm talking about health here. I mean they just really want control, and
Yeah.
there's a combination of like, well, I want to pick this, I want to make it my way, and I want 6 choices of, and you know, so like.
Yeah.
Bring me this, bring me that, bring me this, bring me that, and I'm gonna eat a little bit of it. We can all split it so that it's not a waste.
Yeah.
I think usually those people are picky eaters too.
I don't know. I
Sometimes they are.
yeah.
And
Yeah. We're the least picky
we're
eaters
not
ever.
picky.
I love the idea of just going to a restaurant, having no clue what I'm going to
Yeah.
eat, and just have someone put it in front of me and
He
just love
actually, he'll usually ask the server, like, what do you like on the menu? And then
Yep.
9
Always.
times out of 10, we just,
create my own
whatever they
omakase.
say is what
That's
we're
why.
going to
That's
order.
why I've never had the burger at Diet Dude,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's like there's so much stuff on there, and I get it. I'm gonna try the burger because burgers are amazing, but it's like I think the last time I was there, I had like an espresso bean encrusted Neil guy.
What?
A Neil guy?
Yeah,
What's that?
it's like
Sound like food.
it's an African like antelope.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's like
I don't know.
Wait,
about
don't miss an opportunity like that.
If it's from that place, it's got to be great.
yeah, they have all that wild game.
Yeah.
I guess is what I'm getting at. And
Yeah.
like, I'm looking on the menu and I'm like, well, I've had a burger before,
Yeah.
and I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
But their burgers are wild game too. So you got to
I'm
read
doing
what
it.
like
I'm not-
the meat
I'm
is
not-
next
If it's
time.
Yeah,
That's a little burger.
report
I'm
back.
in. Yeah.
Report back. And
I
if you have
will.
to like talk shit on a later podcast, like
great.
send us the clip where it's like, these guys don't know what they're talking about. This burger was trash.
That's fine.
I do want to get y'all out of here, but now I have one more question. So when we're doing burgers,
Yeah.
obviously we know like smash burger. From what I gather, is like onions, pickles, like government cheese.
I think it's like cheddar cheese. Usually it's like the sharp cheddar.
Okay,
American
but like
or cheddar.
when y'all are doing burgers and you've mentioned the diet, like what are we talking for toppings here when y'all are doing burgers?
Dude, whatever's on them. We never ask for anything off of our burgers. It's just whatever it comes on.
Okay.
I like a bacon on a burger. If I had to like make
I was just curious, like if we're
So
choosing toppings or we're
Yeah, if there was like a spread in front of me and you just handed me like a patty and
Oh, this is a great
and
question.
whatnot, then I would throw lettuce, tomatoes, grilled onions. If I'm feeling it, I'll throw on the grilled mushrooms as well.
Wow.
Avocado. I'll do mustard and ketchup. What am I missing? Sometimes I like pickles, but sometimes I don't.
You're a pickle hater.
I'm
You're-
definitely a pickle hater, but like sometimes like
I bet you love pickles.
she
I
loves.
love pickles.
Same. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you guys
Love
are
'em.
you guys are on the same page.
Give me your burger spread. He just basically said everything but pickles.
And
A shit ton of ketchup would
Okay.
be on my burger.
Fucking hate ketchup.
Love
No.
ketchup. I would put no mustard on it. I would put bacon. I would put extra cheese, pickles, tomato, and lettuce. I think that's how it would go.
Chase.
Oh, I'm going barbecue sauce, mayonnaise,
Wow.
bacon.
Oh, I didn't
definitely
say bacon.
pickles, lettuce, tomato. God, is there a pimento cheese over here?
Yeah.
no, not
Like,
the
float it
pimento.
up.
I love
I mean-
pimento cheese.
Do we have like trying to think of like those like build your own burger type of restaurants, and they'll have like the list of toppings.
Yeah.
Fried egg. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I want my burger. I want to have a shower after this burger.
Yeah.
That's the
Absolutely.
clip I'm keeping here.
I like your burger more than my burger.
I want my burger down my arms. I want people commenting on my video to say how sloppy of an eater I was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
you're right. I can't believe I forgot to say bacon. I can't believe
And
I forgot
fried
to say a
egg.
Like
fried
if
egg.
I have the ability to put the burger down and pick it back up and it's still in one piece, I want it.
Dude, the trick, whenever you get a burger like that, they always put a toothpick in it or like, something to hold it together. Everyone takes it out. They take a bite and then everything
never.
falls out. Don't take it out. Why are people taking it out? Like eat around that
the tip of the
and
week.
it stays,
take
everything
it out.
stays together and if it's a good burger, you still have to take a shower, right? But it holds most of it together so you're not just like putting everything back the whole time. I don't get why people take the
Fear
toothpick
of
out.
mouth injury.
Yeah, the fear.
While I'm warmed up, I think not a damn chance is a little overrated. And my reasoning is burger's great if it were $11. But the fact that they have the nads to charge like $28 and
Yeah.
not even give fries with it,
It's pretty
It's
expensive.
28. I thought it was like 17.
I swear when I was there, it was like near.
Which,
I remember
17 's still a lot.
I remember being like, wow, it was almost $30.
Well, you probably got
Maybe that was
you
with
probably
fries.
got
Maybe
the
that was with
fries.
fries.
No, it does end up coming out to like $30 if you get everything.
And,
yeah,
and like
it is crazy.
Everyone's like, "Oh, this is so cool! There's a Michelin star chef and a skateboarder." Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. In-N-Out makes just as good of a burger.
Yeah.
I mean, well, maybe that's a that's a hot topic with In-N-Out, but I don't know. I really like Not a Damn Chance. I think they do a
think
great
it's
job
good.
seasoning their patty. But I
Now, if
have
it
to
were-
feel
if it
for
were
you
free
when you
at a burger festival. Of course, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get it.
the place that I want to open a brick and mortar. Have you guys had Lace Burger yet?
Oh, yeah. it's
They
so
do
good.
pop-ups around town. I think, yeah, they lace it. That's why it's so good. I think they're doing pop-ups like all summer at
Kitty
Cohen's.
Okay.
So yeah, go check that place out because that will change your mind about
Okay.
whatever
It's
your favorite
bomb.
burger is.
Yeah.
They're up there with Daidue. Those are two different burgers, very different burgers, but.
Yeah.
Lace was great. It's so good. Every time I have it at a festival, I'm like, how do you not have a truck? How do you not? Well, I think they used to. They were like really up north, like maybe Pflugerville
Georgetown.
or in Georgetown. They were really far.
And now they just do pop-up shows.
And now they do pop-ups in Austin, but they need to get a brick and mortar. I don't
The
know.
burger's amazing.
Yeah.
That was our vote at the Burger Fest, by the way.
Lace burger.
Yeah, Lace Burger and then Moreno
Moreno.
got my vote. Yeah.
And what would be on your burger?
My regular burger is just going to be lettuce, pickles, mustard, mayo.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a million things I like, but I don't want to take a shower.
Fair enough.
And those for whatever reason just seem to be they hit home. But there was this burger that I used to eat almost every week in Cleveland, and it's so weird when I tell you what's on it. But like I've never seen anybody who's doing one, and maybe you guys have seen this, and if you have, I need to know. This place was called Hex, and it was a burger with brie and rocket arugula and blueberry like jam.
Oh,
Sounds great.
That's so funny. So Tumble 22 chicken
Mhm.
sandwich place? I'm pretty sure one of their chicken sandwiches a month is that exact thing. I'm not kidding. And
Right
I
now?
feel not right now,
Oh,
but
they've
they
had
have a new one every month.
Like, do we go?
And I'm pretty sure me and you went and tried that one. I think last
It's like
year. or the year
blueberry
before.
preserves,
Yeah, it was like a jam
Like a
with
jam,
a brie and an arugula.
and then the brie's kind of like the brie's kind of bitter.
Mm-hmm.
You got the bitter,
I
the
love
sweet,
brie.
the
Yeah, me too.
savory with the brie.
Mm-hmm.
This
It's
is
like-
an elegant burger.
It's so
Wow.
fucking good. I used to eat it like once a week's an exaggeration, but I would have it at least like 3 times a month.
Wow.
Wow.
I love that.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Where'd you say that was?
This is in Cleveland at a
In
restaurant
Cleveland?
called Hex.
Well,
Hex.
I'm adding that to our list.
Yeah, when we go, I'll take you
We're
there.
never gonna go to Cleveland.
Cleveland's
Just
the
ma-
place.
Hey, there's a big lake up there. It's a boat town. It's fun. 3 months out of the year, and the food is fantastic.
All right, I believe you.
Well, we got to have you guys on like 6 months to a year from now so that we can get all the updates in regards to, the restaurants that have made it, those who haven't, and who else we need to hear about. So I do appreciate you guys coming through.
Whose small plates put them out of business.
Yeah. Right? Whose omakase is, putting people bankrupt.
Yeah, maybe someone has the $50 omakase that I want. I turn over.
See if Laceburger has a location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, thank you
Moreno's
guys.
Happy Hour.
We appreciate
Thank you.
Yeah,
for
thank you.
having us.